Welcome, everybody. Hey, the football family is coming together tonight. And welcome to all of you joining us to Game Week 7 Premier League Roundup, guys. Live, it's your boy, MarkN. You know, we coming through in the building. I got my guys, I got some new guests coming through. I see my boy Waffle Don is pulling up into the building. Chelsea Don is here. We got a lot of Dons in the building. And of course, you know, there's the Man United fan crew. They're going to come through. And of course, we're going to be talking about what's happening. But of course, you know, it is an interesting thing happening this weekend, guys. The Red Devils pulled through when it mattered most. And of course, you know, other things going on. Friday night, Bournemouth and Fulham. Semenyo doing a madness. But we will get into all of these things. Arsenal doing Arsenal things. Of course, Spurs doing a little bit more than being Spursy. Of course, under Thomas Frank now, things are changing. Man City a 1-0 win, but you know, it is what it is. But let's discuss. I'm going to bring the guys into the building. And of course, I'm also going to bring up the comments and the banners. And of course, we will be discussing the game. So get your opinions, get your comments in the chat. Don't forget to smash the likes as I welcome each and every one to the building. And of course, I have to bring my partner in crime, Admiral Drex, into the fold. Big up to Drexy. What's good, bro?
Yo, what you saying? Big up yourself. Can you
Chilling,
hear me?
chilling. And of course, you know, my boy Chelsea Don was here. He's celebrating a victory this weekend, a
Every
big
every
victory. We'll
time,
be
every
discussing
time,
that.
every time
And
Chelsea wins, he shows up.
yeah, well,
Uh,
that's
I
how
I show
Chelsea.
I show up everywhere, Dex. I show up everywhere. I don't want like you guys, yeah. Just to let me know. Big ups to everyone. Big ups to my bro Mark. Me waffle, man. You know I talk my reality football. I talk facts, and everyone smash that like button and subscribe to my bro's channel, man. And thank you for letting me have it here. I will come on cam just having a smoke quickly. So before I have to respect the show because I'm having a cigarette. So soon after finish my cigarette, I will come on cam. But big ups to everyone in the chat and especially you, Dex.
Shout out to proper Chelsea in the building. And of course, guys, welcome to the stage. Waffle Don in the building. The Arsenal fans are here.
Yo,
Mm,
you say, man? You good?
chilling, broski, chilling. So, you know, I don't want to make it a long thing, you know, how we just like to do it quick and fast because, you know, we're going to end up
Mm,
spending time on Arsenal. We're going to spend time on Chelsea. We got to spend some time on Man United. So that we
yeah.
get into the thing, we're going to talk about Man City first, as we could see, you know, 1-0 against the Brentford faithful. Brentford beating Man United last week 3-1. Some punches I had to hold, but you know what I mean? Brentford had a lively start. You know, the press they eat curry for breakfast, in my opinion. But Haaland had too calm, too strong. You know, the man moved defenders like a breeze. You know, how this goes sometimes. So
Not just like Brentford just slapped Man United last weekend. They did the W on you guys. You know what I mean, Max? They did the W. They should at least have won 6-1. But that's how you see Man City go and play Brentford and beat them. That's what I mean. Like the Manchester, like Manchester, they beat them one Manchester, and then they go lose to another Manchester. Is it Manchester Blue or is it Manchester Red? That's a storyline to tell, isn't it?
oh, it is what it is. What you saying, Ruffle? What your thoughts is on that game?
Yeah, do you know what? I don't even think it was a great Man City display, actually. It's just a goal. Haaland scored a great goal. That idiot for Brentford, yeah, could have made it all. He could have made it a draw. What's his name? What's his name? Tango, was it? Something like that? Tango or something
Yeah,
like that?
Thiago.
Yeah, this
Thiago.
idiot fraud, yeah. Listen, I would have went to Brentford, yeah, because I would have put my boots on. I would have went down to Brentford because Brentford's not too far away from where I live. I would have went down there. I'd have put my boots on, and I would have scored that goal. I couldn't believe he missed that. And then what? You know, when you miss chances like that against Man City, you know they're just gonna just go and just go and win the game, and that's what they did. You know what I mean? You know, it was one of them games where Man City saw the game through. You know what I mean? I don't really like
Mm.
watching Man City, to be honest. They're just kind of boring to watch, but they're Man City,
Yo,
innit?
you and me, we agree on that for sure, bro. For sure. That
They're just
is the
boring.
most
Pep,
boring watch.
I'm telling you, Pep, yeah, as great as people call him, man, he's made the game so boring to watch at times, man. I'm telling you.
Drex, they my brethren, you know. I didn't even know. You know what I'm saying,
But Drex,
Drex?
What you
Yeah,
what you
but
seen the same thing?
yeah, bro, I was saying the same thing right through. But Drex, I know you was talking about this game on possible outcomes. How it happened to how you thought it
Yo,
was going to play out.
it it didn't happen the way I thought it was gonna happen, right? Because I expected Man City to fly. I expected Man City to fly, but I know a lot been said about that guy missing that chance and all of that. But did you see what? Now, the only reason I'm going to talk about this game is because of what Donnarumma did, right? When yeah, the main striker, the same kind of play that they had against United, put the ball up, the defender couldn't get the first ball, and it fell kindly for the attacker, and he was like almost like one on one with the goalkeeper. The same spot, the goalkeeper came up, made himself look very big, and the guy couldn't score. That was the same exact play that they had against United in the first half, and our goalkeeper was rooted in his post, and I was like, "Yo!" I kept screaming, "Come out, come out!" Everybody I talked to was like, "No, the goalkeeper was in his right to stay back." I'm like, "No, man, no." But I was so glad
Probably talking
that
about
I
the
saw.
first goal.
Yeah, I was so glad that the same exact play happened against Man City, and Donnarumma, bro, man, that guy just shows why he's a top class goalkeeper, because he did what every goalkeeper in my head would do. And big up to Man City for actually holding down. Alan was the best. He's shown it several times. Two defenders, he just moved past them like they were not there. And it was a good goal, but I expected Man City to at least have another 3 or 4. But you know what? 1 goal, 3 goals, 5 goals, 10 goals is the same 3 points.
Yeah,
But
so we're
could,
saying,
the thing is, could I just say one thing about Erling Haaland?
yeah, of
The
course.
way he hold that ball, we haven't seen any strikers like that, yeah, for ages in the Premier League. Where how strong he was to hold that ball, to do that good finishing against Brentford. That's
Mm.
what you call a player as a striker. You don't see any other
Bro,
striker do it in the Premier
bro,
League.
I've seen
And
the strikers I've seen strikers done
Erling
it in the
Haaland's done
Premier
that.
League. I've seen
Like
strikers done it in the
yeah,
Premier League.
yeah, but Drex, we've seen that in the past, like
Oh,
Didier
okay, okay,
Drogbas,
okay, okay, okay.
all the like what I'm saying now. I'm talking now. The
Yeah.
strikers in recent years now, no other striker could do that apart from Ian Hallen. How he just hold that ball, that strength from them defenders, and just go and score that goal. We haven't seen that. Before Drex, back in the day we saw Didier, like the Didier Drogbas, the Van Persies, like the Nicholas Anelkas. We've seen all like top dogs like Thierry Henry's and all other strikers like back in their days, yeah, used to do it. But now you ain't got a striker out there can actually do that apart from Ian Haaland, and that's how incredible for what he did against Brentford yesterday. It was an amazing goal. It was a good goal.
Yeah, it was a very good goal. You know what I mean? All in all, I think it was as good as a match as it would have been, considering the two teams was playing. You know what I mean? I was one of those fellas, waffle. I don't really, I think Pep is a good manager for what it is. I just think football should be a little bit more amazing, fun to
Yeah,
watch.
yeah,
Wait,
more
It's
wait,
a
exciting.
can
little
I
bit too
can I
predictable
ask you
for me.
guys a question? Why do you think Pep's football is boring? Is it because you have your United and Arsenal bias respectively, or it's just too boring for you? Because to a neutral person watching that game, that's watching Pep's Man City or back is Bayern or it's Barcelona. That's a very interesting game to watch, because the way they move the ball, the way they find spaces, like it's very interesting. I could understand when you say, okay, as an Arsenal fan or United fan or a Chelsea fan, you don't really fancy it because you feel like, man, there's a cheat code right there. Right? But for a neutral man, it's very interesting to watch. I enjoy watching
Well,
it for one. I enjoy watching Pep play though.
not
So,
as a Man United fan, but as a
okay,
a genuine football fan, bro. And the reason why I would say this, bro, I grew up watching Milan and couple other Serie A teams regularly, weekly on Sundays. It used to be Serie A Sundays, Premier
Yeah,
League on Saturdays. You know what I
yeah.
mean? And in between it have Bundesliga and you might get a Dutch league game because I from the
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean, bro. This is where you used to get.
Mm-hmm.
So this how it was. So I would sit down Saturdays and Sundays and I watching 2, 3 hours of just football. So when you're watching football, for me, football meant to be more pragmatic. it meant to be a little bit more, not repetitive, but different things, because creativity is not repeating the same thing over and over, trying to find a different key.
Mm.
You understand? You're basically going to the same door with a different key each time.
Yeah, let
Is
me hear,
that
let me
nothing
hear the
different?
Arsenal brother. Let me hear the Waffle Don. Let me hear his own take about the Man City setup, because his manager plays almost the same type of game as Pep. So Waffle Don,
Yeah,
what's the thing
we're
you don't
gonna
like?
yeah we're gonna talk about my club anyway, probably later on today. But I just it's not even to do with um Man City just because it's Man City. I just don't like that robotic. Do you know what I mean? Pass to death type of football. That's not the type of football I enjoy. I enjoy exciting football, attacking football. Let's look at Liverpool last season. That type of football, that kind of like heavy metal football. I know it don't work for every team, but when I watched Liverpool last season, you know, I'd rather watch their game than watch a Man City game. Do you know what I'm saying? Even with Arsenal as well. I just you know what, I've been watching football for years, yeah, years. I've watched the Man United's, in the glory days, what I mean, play amazing football. Do you understand, yeah? I've watched Arsenal play amazing football. The type of football that we're seeing these days, you know, it's too robotic. It's just too system based, and I find it really boring, to be honest. I can watch a game and I'm nearly falling asleep, and I'm not. I know I'm getting old, but boy, 5-10 minutes, I could be falling asleep. You know what I mean, in my chair doing a watch along. That's just how I see the game now.
Well, it's that Man City.
Yeah,
No, in
Man City,
general.
But
just
can we not?
generally just like the
Yeah,
team.
all football like Arsenal's exactly the same though, isn't it? When
Yeah,
you
listen, my team. I
We
can't
will talk
stand
about
watching that
Arsenal.
team.
Come,
But
come,
yeah,
come,
we get
come. We
into
will
that. We
talk
get into
about Arsenal. Let me not
because
get into Arsenal yet, because we gotta
just
talk
because
about Arsenal.
Mark,
Let
cause
me
just
talk about. Let me go to
yeah,
Newcastle and
yeah.
Forest, because that's the next
All right,
game up. And to me,
okay.
I don't know about you guys. I don't really watch too much on Newcastle and Nottingham Forest, but I wanted to watch this game because I really don't rate Postecoglou. I feel like Newcastle boss sacrilegiously sacrificed this season when he sacked this brother, because Nuno, my bro, I might not like him too much, but he's a good manager. He's a very good manager, good
mm,
tactically. He know how to set up a team. He take that team and turn them into a powerhouse last season. And you sack this brother for argument. Bro, this is the kind of things, bro, that I just say some fans and people in power in Man United is be doing. And this is why it's keeping me back from being successful. But I mean, Newcastle crowd had them singing like a fet in a band. You know what I mean? Guan openly scoring with a beauty, and Forest defense look lost. Is a happening situation with Forest right now because of that
Did
highline. It's not really working out for them. But they did try to do a thing, but it really didn't work out for them, in my opinion. I just think that this whole Ange Postecoglou and Forest marriage, the team is not the team for
mm,
Ange. Stylistically, what the players was enjoying doing last season, you could tell that they're not enjoying the style of football when they watch them play. Kind of like Man United the first couple games of the season. You know what I mean? You could see that the players not enjoying doing what they're doing. Something have to change. And well, we will see what Postecoglou has to do. But what is your thoughts on it, Chelsea, Dan? Because I know you had some stuff to say.
with Costa ugly? I can't pronounce his proper name properly. But
Volt Made.
when he was at Tottenham, you can see how they're fighting in the Premier League where they're relegated, but they also beat you in the cup. He said in his second season they go win a cup, and what did he do? He go and spanked your team in the final to win the cup. So you can't really talk about Chess where he's done you over by one trophy last season. So,
Who's that?
but him,
Postecoglou. They won the Europa
Postecoglou
League last
and
season.
yeah,
Oh,
who was at Tottenham. But
yeah.
but the thing is, he's at Forest. It's not working. He ain't working. The system's not working at Forest for some reason. Since Nuno, what big mistake by the owners from Nottingham Forest. It's their own fault. I don't care about Forest because the thing is, it's their own fault for sacking Nuno, who got him the first win, and he only drew two. He got the one win, and he drew two. Now Ange came in. They've lost 4 games on the bounce, and they've got us coming up in after the international break now, and they're just lost. They just lost to Newcastle. Newcastle are a good team because no one don't really talk about Newcastle with Isak, the way Isak Newcastle to go to Liverpool. And now they've just the guy who we wanted as well, that water mid striker. They've just got a cheaper budget, a cheaper striker is actually banging goals for Newcastle. Like, soon he's got
He wasn't cheap
Newcastle.
though. Watermaid weren't cheap.
Yeah, it was like what 80 something around million.
95 million euros or so.
I think
Oh, was
that
it?
guy,
That's
that
85
guy cost
million
more than
pounds.
Sesko, bro. That guy cost more than
he's
It
a lot
costs
Sesko.
Oh,
more
did
than
he?
Sesko.
Oh, yeah. Well, any day, yeah. They've sold 250 million for Isaac, and they're still any day whatever he costs 100 million, right? He's came into a Newcastle's team, and he's smashing it more than what he's doing with Benjamin Sesko than Isaac at Liverpool. You know what I'm saying? This guy's come in. He's scoring goals. He scored every single game for Newcastle. So because the amount of like people say about Forest is struggling. Ange is not doing nothing. I don't think Ange is a criteria. He's a good manager to the Premier. Yes, he might have gone and ran at Celtic and won the Scottish League with Celtic. And yes, he's gone and done a 1-0 over Man United, winning the UEFA European Cup, where all the Man United fans are crying about still to day one how they've lost to Tottenham in that final. It's crazy. And now
It's
he's gone to.
sackable offences, bro.
And in the next minute, Tottenham go and sack him. He's going to Forest, and not one game he's won. How many games is Forest going to do? If I think they should have sacked him today against Newcastle. They should have sacked him after the incident and bring someone else. But now, I think the Forest game against Chelsea, when we go beat them, I think he's getting sacked then. If not, I don't think. I think this owners from Nottingham Forest, they've got to hold themselves responsibilities. Because you had Nuno, who's been really good for you guys. Been good for you guys at Nottingham Forest. Not like last season, got into European, and what? Because he won one and drew two. Now you're sudden now going. Now you sacked him for what? A worse manager that might get you relegated this season and go into the Championship.
But you know what they
Hold
bought
up.
him for, isn't it? You know what they bought him for? They bought him for the Conference League, isn't it? Because
Yeah, 100%.
he won the Europa last season, so I think that's what he's been brought in to win.
Waffle, you know what's funny, right? He's not gonna go far in that competition. I know that they brought that's what's funny. This game, I saw the 2-0 coming from the day they appointed Ange. I'm like, yeah, this guy. Mark, remember in my possible outcome stream, I said this was an easy win for Newcastle, right? I knew Watermad, or what's his name, whatever his name is, right?
Walt, just say it with me here. Walter Mardy.
Okay,
But
Walter
hold
Maddy.
on, I thought you used the
Is it
V.
Walter Maddy? Walter Maddy.
Yeah, but you see,
Watermark.
it's
I call him
more
Walter,
difficult
yeah, it's
to
Walter
type with
Made.
the V
Walter
now.
Made, isn't it? It's Walter
But
Made.
it's like Volt. You know, like
Yeah,
Volt.
W.
It's like
Yeah.
Volt. So it's Volta Mardy. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
Walter
Walter
Maddy.
Maddy.
Yeah. Walter
Yeah.
Maddy. Yeah.
Okay.
You
I knew that guy-
Big ups to
I
the
knew
chat
that guy
anyway.
was
Big
go-
ups to the
I knew
chat.
that guy was gonna score. It's just that I don't want to say something now because I have this feeling that Nottingham Forest will lose up to the point when they play United and they just maybe scam a draw. Because I don't see them. See, honestly, I don't see Nottingham Forest. Like what Mark said, the players at Nottingham Forest now, I don't see them fitting into this whole high line that Ford likes to play, right? Sorry, did I say Ange likes to play?
Ange, mate.
Yeah.
Ange, yeah.
And like I don't see it doesn't really fit them like as much. So maybe I don't think they will sack him. They might just give him to the January to make a few changes and see if they could get anybody in the market just to kind of keep them afloat until the end of the season, right? But if but I know that because of all what's going on, they're going to lose key players. I think there's a player United have been linked to in that Forest side. It's easy with the way things are going. It's easy to lose that player in January. So Forest
Yeah.
are really in a bad state right now. And it's from the top. It's not. It's really from the top. You don't just make decisions like that based on how you feel about. I don't know what happened, but from last season we could tell that the owner and the coach they were already having it. It looked like I was even surprised Nuno actually came into this season still the head coach of Forest. So I was expecting Nuno to leave by the end of last season, but it is what it is. 2-0 Newcastle. They play Forest plays
See,
Chelsea Nails, and we know what's gonna happen in that game.
see the thing
Waffle.
with Ange, what makes me think about how, like, I see big up to the guy said that Man United smoked us, yeah, but you didn't, you beat us 2-1. But the thing is with Tottenham, yeah, right, they stopped you going in the Champions League where we got Champions League football. Like this guy is talking about you
No.
smoked us, you beat us 2-1. The thing is, Ange stopped you to play in Champions League football for this season. You're not in no competition. But with Ange, I could say the Man United game, the Tottenham game in the final was quite a crematoria.
Chelsea down.
Quite,
Leave that game.
others,
Focus on the
no,
one
no,
in the
no, no, no.
states.
But what I'm trying to say, it's a fluke what he did. Because
Oh, okay.
he said, yeah, it's 2 seasons that he's going to win a cup, and he did. He went and won a cup, and it weren't just it wasn't like a goal where it was like a Johnson took a shot and it went into an own goal. Yeah, even though the game, the Tottenham did batter you in that half, in the first half, and you in the second half you went the opposite way, and it
Bro,
was
we'll
like,
have a Man
You
United
know you're
section
but
and
punishing
a
no,
him
no,
by
Chelsea
telling
section,
him
yeah?
to
no,
like
no,
play
no,
over
but
the game
I
again.
know, I know
but no,
it will
no, no,
happen.
no, no,
It
no,
will.
no, no. What I'm trying to say is, but with that game, it's a fluke. How he's gone into a Nottingham Forest game, right, where his system is not working like at at Nottingham Forest, what he was working at Tottenham. So is he a reliable? Is this manager where people say he's a great success manager for winning the European Cup last season
No,
for
no.
Tottenham?
Chelsea down.
Is
Don't
he?
get this wrong.
Because
The
oh
system
no,
didn't really
hang
work
on,
at Spurs.
no, no, hang on. I'm just gonna ask you because where I'm coming at, yeah, for the system and the mentality, what he did for Tottenham and where he's now gone to Forest. Do you think that it's the mentality of the players that ain't working in his system, or could it be him just being so shit as a manager in the Premier League that he's not a prem proven manager to be taken as a job in the Premier League?
Well,
I just
I
think
will
he's
let
just.
Waffle take this
I
because
I just think Ange is one of these managers that he's just gonna do what he wants in his way, isn't it? You know, so
Hmm.
you know, you know what? Yeah, at the end of the day, the record books ain't gonna say that. It was a fluke. He's got the trophy for Tottenham,
Hmm.
um, and his style of play. I just don't think the players, I just don't think the players have actually acclimatized to his style of play. I don't know if he has the players that can play his type of football as well. So I just think it's not. Sometimes, yeah, a marriage isn't made in heaven, in it. So you know,
Yeah.
it just doesn't look. They just don't look like everything is gelling. But who knows, man? Who knows? Things can change around. There's always a possibility of things changing around. All they need is to get one win because at the moment the confidence levels must be down. I don't think they've won a game since he's taken over, have they? They've not won a
no,
game, have they? So I think
no.
they desperately need to get a win. So, and I don't see them getting a win against you after the break. So, yeah, boy. Anyway, long may it continue. Anyway, yeah, long may it continue.
Long may it continue. That's something we could all agree on. I think, with
Wait
that,
1 minute.
with that,
I can't hear no sound from you guys. Soon, what's his name left? The sound's gone. I can't hear you, mate, Wolfie. I'll be 2 minutes. I'm gonna back out and back in.
Yeah, cool. Yes, my brother.
oh, yeah, well. let me go on to Everton because that game, bro, was pretty interesting. I would say it was a soap opera situation. You know what I mean? Of course.
My brother's in the chat as well. Home Slice as well. Big up to Homes. I got big
Oh,
up to my people in the chat as
shout
well.
out
Yeah.
to Home Slice.
Yeah,
Shout
big up
them
to
out,
Home
bro.
Slice, big Everton fan, big up to Football Rig, Arsenal fan, and Godfrey as well. My peoples are in the chat as well. Big up to everyone in the chat as always. I ain't ignoring you people, but you know what I mean, we've got to talk about football and all of them things there.
Shout out to the man them in the chat. Big up to all of you coming into the stream, guys. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
we here with the Everton section for the Everton fan. So this is
yeah,
Home
man.
Slice section here. So you know Home Slice, you know what I mean? What I will say is I will be honest and say that I did predict an Everton win.
Are you
Because
predicting
Real
one,
Ma
yeah?
yeah, I did, bro. Because you know, not just because I had Jack Grealish in my FPL, but at the
Mm.
same time, I just feel like Everton is a team that evolving. Moyes and the marriage between Moyes and Everton, a lot of people laugh at
Mm,
it, but for me, it was something like a homecoming for Moyes, you know, bro.
yes.
And then when I saw some of the players that they get last season, and I see they get Jack Grealish this season, I was like Moyes in a glee because Moyes had everything he need in this team. And pound for pound, I would say better than what it have at West Ham. And in the sense that when I say better, more suitable for the roles that Moyes want them to play. Yeah, because
Mm.
Beto is a dream striker for Moyes. You know what I mean? That brother run whole game like a
One, yeah.
dog.
I think
And
proper
he
Chelsea's back as well, you know. I think he's back in the building now.
Yeah, but I'm bringing him in. I think Drex will come back just now. Hayden,
I
when you're
hear what
ready,
you're
you could
saying.
pop through, you know, you're already link. But
Yeah.
like, you know, it's an interesting situation with the whole dynamic of that Everton team and
Mm.
the manager, and then the fact that they just get Jack Grealish, Tyler Dibbling, and then they have this young James Garner in the midfield.
But hold on. You know the baller, you know the real baller there for me is that what's his name? Dyer. Is it
And
Endai?
die. Yeah, and die.
Listen, brother. This brother's
Yeah.
serious, you know.
Yeah, he's
Serious
a
player,
very
you know.
interesting player. Very interesting player. But you know, a lot of people, including Drex and a lot of other fans, they thought that, you know, it would have been a Palace win. I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought that Palace was going to take over the game and destroy them because, you know, Palace on a 17-game winning streak. So, you
Yeah.
know, it was interesting, but the fans at Goodison was jumping like they win a final, bro, because at the end they bag up the 3 points. They come with a 2-win, 1 win in the dying moments at Jack Grealish. Magnificent, magic moment. Bang, goal. Palace in tears. Winning streak dusted. Guys, what your thoughts is? I'll let Don go because Chelsea Don, it was, come on, bro. You go
Yeah,
have
do
a
you know
Chelsea
what?
section
I'll
and
be
have
honest with
Man
you,
section.
yeah. Do you know what? I didn't watch this game to be honest, because I think I was watching my game. When was this game? Sorry.
I think it was the same time as yours,
So it
bro.
was the
Yeah,
same
yeah,
kickoff. It was the same
yeah,
kickoff
yeah,
as
yeah.
yours,
So
both.
I was watching my game, but I was obviously afloat, you know, watching and looking at the results. But Everton, obviously, they got a new ground now. Everton's not an easy place to go, and I think a lot of I'm not easy going to Everton. You know, there's certain
Mm,
teams you don't like to go and play because Everton like to mix up the physicality, but they can ball as well. And if anyone's gonna break Palace, it was Everton, isn't it? Because Everton, David Moyes has got his boys up for it, innit? And they done their thing. They got grit, and the thing is, they got grit. Grit. They're just like a Newcastle, innit? They got that grit in it. Maybe don't travel well, but at home, they got kind of a fortress at home, innit?
mm.
So they're building something there under Moyes, man, and they're just making it like a Goodison, innit? Like not an easy place to play. So yeah, man, fair play to them, you know. But big up to Palace as well. Do you know what I mean? What a nice record to have. Do you know what I mean? These men just came from nothing, winning Community Shield, FA Cup, unbeaten. So Gladstone's doing bits, and you know, remember they've lost a couple of good players at Crystal Palace as well. So it just goes to show, you know, the mentality's there, and I think they bounced back from that loss as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, we're saying Drex.
Bro, that game that game it was annoying for for me because I wanted that game to end in a draw, in a 1-1 draw.
Why is that? Why is that,
Right?
Drex?
Rebound from Grealish just ruined everything for me, bro. Like it was one of them games that I actually looked at both sides and was like, both sides are evenly matched. I don't think Everton would lose that game. I did see I never saw Crystal Palace losing that game, not because of the form they were in, but just because of how they set up, right? So I knew it was going to be a tough game for Everton, but to see
I think
was
Drex
I
having
yeah.
Drex it disappear in there, bro.
Oh,
Yeah,
how
he
about now?
sounds
How about now?
quiet.
How about now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sound
I,
better
the
now.
man I said the manner in which Crystal Palace lost that game, man. If I was a Crystal, I'm not I'm no Crystal Palace fan, but I felt bad, so I could imagine what the fans would have felt on that night. But it was a good game. It was a very good game for the draw. Jack Grealish, if he got to the Everton, Aston Villa
You
before
did,
his move to Man
He's
City.
gone again. He's gone again.
yeah, you
He's gone.
disappear, bro. Just now you disappeared there for a little bit. We missed you
Your
from the
your
section
your
with Jack
internet.
Grealish.
Your internet, man.
Small. Baffle. So yeah, I know you didn't watch the game, but what your thoughts? But I had to ask everybody on the panel, and we'll go to Chelsea next. Yeah, but your thoughts on the impact Tyler Dibbling and Jack Grealish could have on this Everton team this season and where they possibly could finish.
For me, I still think possibly mid-table. Top 10, top 11. I, they're a good team, yeah, and they're gonna frustrate a lot of teams. But I'm not gonna hype them up to some great team. Do you understand? I don't know. Do you know what they got quite a good defensive record, haven't they?
Yeah, they have
You
a
know
good
what I mean?
defensive record this season.
And they've got a player that I love. Is it Brantwaite? That
You-
centre back, bro. I'm telling you, serious. I don't listen. You know, you man should have bought that brother. You man should have just paid the money and bought this brother. The brother's serious. He's a serious defender.
We disagree there, bro. Because I saw Garnacho sit this brother down 4 times in one half. The ref had to tell
Wait,
them now, we're not getting a penalty because he fall on his
is it
hand. Yeah,
is that is it
that would have been a second penalty in five
I,
minutes game.
I agree on Wolfie. I
talking
agree on
about
Wolfie. I agree on Wolfie because we
nah, man, you
the
Jesse and you
Everton
just agree on
Palace.
everything I
Yeah,
say.
he
No,
right,
no, no.
bro.
I
He
agree.
Garnacho playing for Chelsea, bro. He can't wait to face Everton, bro, because he know Garnacho going to sit that brother down, bro. Yeah, because we talk about it. He was on the stream when I was bantering men about, when I was telling men about, oh,
Could
look
I
how they
just
talk
hype?
about
Why do you
Brantwaite
not
and
hype up
Garnacho sat him
Garnacho?
down.
Why? What if the thing is, yeah, the thing is
We will
that
talk
that
about the
break.
Garnacho after
Yeah,
we talk about these
but
things, bro.
the break with Brightweight for Everton, yeah, he might have had one poor season when Garnacho was playing, but this kid, yeah, he's actually a quality centre back, and he's still young and he's learning. And you've got to understand. Look at that Everton centre backs. They haven't really got
You
any good.
know, brother, listen,
Look.
yeah.
No, they don't have yeah like an experienced centre back to help him. They're like like if
What you
you
mean? That
look at
Tarkovsky, bro.
he's yeah, but he's not really good, is he?
Bro,
Is he professional?
nah.
He's not good.
Nah,
You're talking
bro, they don't
about
just have
you talk.
Tarkovsky. Don't make me call on
I
the
tell
list
you
of
what.
defenders they
Tell
have
you
that
look.
experience, bro.
It,
Everton we talking about, bro. Everton always
Alright,
have at least two or
well,
three
but Mark,
experienced
can I just say one
defenders,
thing?
bro.
Cause
Don't do me that.
Mark, but I'm trying to say to you, my bro, him and that Batarovsky, yeah, at centre back, they don't work as a pair, as a pair unit, as good centre backs together. Him with John Stone back in it, probably, yeah, together, that's a solid centre back together.
Killer.
And then that'd be a killer. But Breakaway would kill it with John Stone. But him and Tawaski, they don't kill it to
That
each other as a centre back. So
okay,
you can't
probably,
no. But there's no probably or no probably. There's no if buts or
bro. He
maybes.
had to
Yeah.
grow. He had
Nah,
to
nah,
grow. Stop making
no.
excuses for
No,
him
I'm
as a
going. No,
player, broski.
if he went to
Yeah, if you like
Arsenal,
him, buy him.
if he
Forget
went to
that talk.
Arsenal, if he went
If
to
you like
Arsenal.
him, let Chelsea buy him. That,
Well, no,
bro.
I'm just saying. I'm saying if he went to Arsenal, if he went to Chelsea, if he went to yours club, if he even went to Man
Me don't want to
City,
see that in my
he
team,
would.
brother. Listen, I
There's no
never see a
conversation.
brother. I
There's no
never see a brother
conversation,
recover from getting
bruv.
sat down multiple times,
There's
bro.
no
Yeah,
conversation.
I
There's no
never see that
conversation.
in my life.
How many managers does Everton have since he's been in that Everton club, Mark?
One or two, one. because they went first. He was under
One or
Sean
two.
Dyche.
One or
From
two.
Sean Dyche, they went
They
to
had
this
three
guy.
managers.
So you
They've
need
had
to
Oh,
know, bro. He
they've
was
had
with
three
Sean
managers.
Dyche.
They've had three managers.
Sean Dyche,
They've had three managers.
Mark,
Yeah.
he
you
wasn't
remember
there.
that Wolves
He was
guy?
in the Netherlands. He was in the Netherlands that season when they had the other manager before.
Yeah, go on,
Can you
Wolfie.
remember that Wolves guy? That Wolves guy last season that put who's that guy that 50 million defend centre back you got?
Oh, I know
From
you
Who's
on
the guy?
about.
Who's the
Was
guy
he
you got?
Brazilian? Was he Brazilian?
I don't know what
Oh,
he
you talking
was,
about
yeah,
the
but
DM that Wolves buy?
huh?
The Wolf,
Who
the
you
Wolf,
talking?
the Wolves,
No, you lot
centre.
played Wolves last season. I think it might have been
Yeah,
a cup game or I can't remember what.
it was a cut.
But
It must. Yeah, I can remember it was a
who's your
cut.
centre back? Your marquee centre back that you bought that you bought? His
Delit?
injury problem. Huh?
Delit,
Delit?
No, not Dillit, the other one, the youngster.
Mazarari?
The young
Martinez,
No,
centre
oh,
back.
Euro.
the young one,
Euro.
Euro.
He got twist up last season by that guy that plays for Wolves, some youth that plays for
Not
Wolves. I can't
Wolves.
remember
It
Facts,
what
wasn't
it
Wolves, bro.
facts.
It was Southampton. It
was.
was
It Southampton?
Suleimane. It was
Oh yes,
Suleimane.
you remember
I
that,
can
yeah?
tell you, bro,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
you know, if it was Sir Alex, he would have signed Suleimane after the
But
game.
but
Suleimane would have
okay,
get
right,
signed.
and I've got
Aye,
Wolfie. That's a good
I would
question
have
as well.
signed him up.
That's a good question as well, yeah. Because you man say that you didn't slap us at Old Trafford. You didn't. You didn't slap us, yeah. But last year at Stamford Bridge,
Listen, it
hang
will
on,
have a Man
no,
United section.
hang on. At
We will have a
Stamford Bridge
Chelsea
last season,
section, yeah?
right, at Stamford Bridge last season, yeah. Who slapped your two defenders?
Brother, Stamford
Who
Bridge
slapped
last
it?
season, you
Was that
at
Cole
Stamford Bridge
Palmer?
last season,
Was that Cole Palmer? Oh, I'll make excuses. Oh, it's good. What about the referee? What about the referee this at Old Trafford?
When they watch back
Right,
the replay, they didn't get banned, yeah?
okay.
They
Right,
just
well,
fell.
let's do
Just
you want to
fell.
talk there, yeah? What about
Don't say
Casemiro?
what
Okay, you
in
want to
the
talk about
air.
referees? You want to talk about referees, yeah? Joe
We will
Pedro
have
should
a
have got a
Chelsea
penny.
section, bro.
Joe Pedro should have got a penny, and Casemiro should have
For
got sent
what?
off in the
For
first half.
what? The man carry
Casemiro should
ball.
have got
He never touched it. He never touched
this is
down
what
them,
makes me
bro.
love about it. And we slapped you at Stamford Bridge 2 seasons ago when we beat you 4-3 where
2
Cole Palmer
seasons
was
at
kissing his
Stamford Bridge.
lips.
13
Where's
years
Cole
you ain't win
Palmer?
at Old
Cole
Trafford,
Palmer
brother.
was kissing his
Listen,
lips. Cole Palmer was
13
kissing his
years.
lips when we bought you 4-3. You haven't beat us at Stamford Bridge yet since 2020, mate. And what
Brother, we
what
beat
you
you
talking
at
about?
Stamford Bridge 2 seasons ago with
No, you
10.
didn't.
Mad, man.
No, you did
You
two
forget
seasons
you
ago.
lose 2-1
Two
at
seasons ago.
Stamford
We
Bridge
beat you last season 1 and before that we beat you
last season.
4-3. And then we
No,
bought you
brother.
for
Last
how could
season
you?
is when they
Right,
beat 3-4-3, bro.
right, you
Come
beat
here.
us twice. You beat us. Yeah, you beat us. We drew at
Brother,
your ground
at Old
twice.
Trafford as
Yeah.
always.
Oh,
But it's
like
not a Man United section yet,
Yeah,
Chelsea,
but
that.
I'm saying, Mark, 2 seasons ago, you drew. Yeah, we drew with you and we beat you 4-3 at Stamford Bridge. Last season, we drew with you and beat you and slapped
It's
you
not
at Stamford
Chelsea, Man
Bridge.
United yet,
I
bro.
know,
We
yeah.
had that game last week. We had that
You're
game
talking
2 weeks
about
ago.
break.
You
Yeah, but
didn't
you're
show
talking
up, bro.
about.
You
But
were
what I'm
sick.
trying, yeah,
You said you was not feeling
what
well.
I'm
You
trying,
remember?
no, I wasn't well because I was sick.
Okay,
I
yeah, I
caught
know
the
you
bug on,
caught two. You
on
caught
the
two
kids.
goals and
I caught the
a
bug.
red
No,
card,
but
and
I did
it was
anyway.
hard. It
What I'm
was a
talking
long
about
weekend, bro.
Everton. What I'm talking about Everton Crystal Palace game. With breakaway in Everton's team, if he had a partner, good partnership at centre back, yeah, he would be one of the great. But the thing is, what surprised me, yeah, Crystal Palace, right, with a good manager of what they've been doing, I can't believe they got the loss yesterday. That literally, she shocks me losing to Everton. I thought this game was going to be a draw, or Crystal Palace, or probably been 1-0.
Nah,
Because
bro. I expected the victory for Everton because
no,
I
you
knew it
did.
was
No, you
coming.
did. You told me the other couple of days ago before Everton and Crystal Palace. You said on the phone call that I could see Everton beating Palace. Yeah, even though they've been unbeaten. You did tell me on the phone. I'll praise you up on that, Mike. You did on WhatsApp. You said to me,
Because I was watching the
Everton
games, bro.
beating Palace.
I like Everton team a little bit, because I feel like there are some interesting players, and Everton has played that kind of pragmatic, old school style of football in that kind of way. So,
Is Drex actually showing his camera for the first time in ages? Oh my god, I'm gonna pass out.
he ain't see
It's the
that
first
camera for
time
a
in
long
ages,
time.
bro. Big up to Drex anyway. Big up to
So,
Drex.
Bro,
the,
man never seen me before. Oh my
nah,
goodness.
I ain't know.
No, I've seen you loads of times on Pape's stream, but when you come to my stream, you're never always on cam. You're always off the cam, so it's like you're
Yeah,
hiding.
oh, I just got in, bro. Most of the time I'm on my phone.
So, guys, Leeds and the Spuds. You know, there are no Spurs here, it's only Spuds. Yeah. There's some Man United channel, guys. You know, yeah. So, Tottenham 2-1. Interesting win for them. Mohamed Kudus, the first goal for Tottenham Hotspurs. And it was a good goal, to be fair. I can't say it. You know, I would have to say that it was interesting because I've been talking about this guy for Leeds, you know, Noah Okafor. I think he's a very interesting talent. And the moment I think he really settled himself into this Premier will be trouble, even for teams like ourselves. But it will be interesting to see what goes on going forward. You know, at the end of the day, Spurs, you know, they're up in the table to 12th now, with they're up in second, I mean, and Leeds in 12th. But it's an interesting dynamic here with that game. Thomas Frank has been doing well. You know, Spurs lost last week, so a lot of people were like, going crazy when Spurs lost. Like, you know, Thomas Frank, he don't know what he's doing, blah, blah, blah. But I mean, they've been doing well in the Premier League weekly. You know, they're keeping up with their victories. Have been putting in some good performances. And I would like to shit on Spurs a lot and hope for them to bottle shit. But, you know, Thomas Frank it's a little bit different, you know? Drex, what are you saying?
It is Spurs. I really don't like to say much about Spurs, man. I was hoping that they lose that game, right? But Kudus just came up, had a drive, left shot, bam, left corner. I like when the ball went into the net, I was like, what is that? What exactly is that? Like, how are the defenders allowing him take that drive all the way from the right side of the I think it was the right side of almost the center circle from the right side, picked up the ball, did a 1-2 with I can't remember the player name there. He was at the edge of the box, left foot shot. Bro, I'm like, what is this? If it was my team, if my team, if I was the Leeds fan, I'll be pulling my ears out because I'm like, why? Why is it going past two defenders and beating the goalkeeper? Right? I could for the goalkeeper, I could say maybe he didn't see the ball in time. And I think that it took a slight deflection, right? But they should have closed him down quicker than they did. It was because it was Spurs. That's why I'm a little bit. I don't want Spurs to win. See, don't want Spurs to win anything, bro. I don't want them to win.
Is it because they beat you 4 times last season then, Drex? Is that because they beat you 4 times last season?
If you
And
followed me, you
and
know.
also doing better than you this season as well. Where they finished
No,
last season, look where
okay,
they are now.
okay. You
Bro,
asked the
listen,
question.
yeah. Yeah,
It's
you're
not because
warring
of that.
Man
I've never
United
liked
whole
Spurs.
stream, bro. We go
I've
war
never
you
liked
soon,
Spurs. I've never liked Arsenal, right? From them days, I've never liked those two teams. So if they are struggling, I am happy. But if they are winning games, nah, man. Don't like to talk about it, bro.
I
Waffle.
did
But,
the spot.
but for the Spurs fan and for the neutrals, it was a good game because Leeds, like Mark was one of the few persons that told me, do not write off Leeds this season. And I've come to see it, right? Because I had Leeds during the before the season started when we were doing the league table, the standings, and I have Leeds to go back to relegation, and Mark was like, "Nah, better watch that because it might not happen." And they've shown with the way they play, they've shown that they can actually hold down. It was just that Spurs game was just one of them games. The Leeds players will look at themselves like we should have just done a little bit much better, a little bit for that second goal, but it's gone.
The thing with Leeds, yeah, before I go to Waffle, yeah, is that Leeds is part of the Red Bull group now. Yeah. And a lot of people don't know this. Leeds is now the Premier League part of the Red Bull group. A lot of Leeds players in this team come from Germany and from this next team there that they have, Salzburg. Two teams. They come
Yeah,
from RB Leipzig and RB Salzburg. A lot of them brothers who in this team, Leeds team right now, and they are good players. They played in Champions League, so they have Champions League experience. They scored goals in Champions League. They have many goals in the leagues that they've been playing in. So I think some of these players will improve when they see they settle down a little bit. But I mean, the league waits for no man. Waffle, your thoughts on this game, bro?
Well, same as Drex, yeah. The goal was just some foolishness. Like the ball was passed to kudos. But the defender, he kind of misread it, and it's hit his side, didn't it? And then he slipped over, innit? So Kudus has now got the ball now, and then you know what I'm saying, he's just taken a few steps, and his shot, it's got a deflection, and it's gone in. Leeds actually at home at Ellen Road, you know, they've been quite decent this season. I don't think they've lost at home, so I think that was their first loss. I think so. But if I was thinking of a team that may stay up, I was thinking Leeds up until that Tottenham game. I'm not too sure about their manager, Daniel Farke. I think I don't know if he can handle the pressure in the Premier League. But they're a solid team, and as you said, they got decent players in their team. They just need to you know what, they need to kind of bounce back from this loss now, because they could have easily avoided losing that game. And
did you not beat these? Did you not beat these at home 5-0?
What? Is it 5-0? Yeah, 5.
Or was it 5-1 or 5-0?
Leeds, this is the game.
5-1, I think.
This is the game.
Yeah, because I don't. Leeds, people said Leeds hasn't lost a game at home this season. They have.
They
Was it
haven't.
Arsenal?
They haven't.
Arsenal.
Yeah, they have, because Arsenal. They were at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Leeds was at the Emirates.
No,
Yeah.
it was. They
No,
haven't
they were at
lost a
Leeds.
game at home.
No,
They haven't lost a game at home, bro. They haven't lost a game at home.
They haven't lost at home.
It's
Was it Leeds at your ground? Was that your ground?
Prior to this game against Spurs, they haven't lost a game at home. Prior to this one, so
No, I was thinking. I thought Arsenal went to Leeds and beat them at their ground. I swear it was at their ground.
No. It was at the Emirates, bro. It was at the Emirates.
Oh.
So is your thoughts on the Leeds game, broski? I know you.
Oh, Spurs is spuds. I think they got lucky to win that game. I've watched the game. I literally watched the whole 90 minutes, and I could fall asleep. That like how Leeds impressed Tottenham in that game, Mark. I think the better team who lost should have won. Leeds should have won that game. The amount of chances Calvert-Lewin, who come from Everton.
Oh.
Yeah, as you see, he was a striker, and opportunities he had, he could at least have scored about a hat-trick pass, Tottenham, but he just couldn't finish. I think Leeds have got a good team. Like people tell me that Leeds is going to be relegated this season. I don't think they will. Once they've got their gel together as a team going, I think they've got a couple. They've got two. One of their best centre backs has been out injured since from last season from the Championship. And then they've got one of their midfielders out as well. Soon they come back in November. I think the team. Cause I've got a Leeds mate as well. I've got a Leeds friend, right? And he tells me there's two who are better than part of their players, their best players as part of the team, are out till November. And if they was in that game, they don't lose to Leeds. But Tottenham seemed to be, they were shaky. The Kudus goal was a bit of a luck, and it was a bit of a luck of goal. And who scored the first goal for Tottenham as well? If that defence stays solid, they wouldn't have won that game. But you can see him in the last minute of the game, amount of the chance from a corner, how they pressed Tottenham to get their equaliser. But Tottenham's Tottenham. I ain't worried about Tottenham. I think Thomas Frank's doing a good job at Tottenham for a minute. As you know, he likes to play defensive and just break from a counter attack. I've always said Thomas Frank deserved to be in the big club, and I think Tottenham. Even though I hate Tottenham, I can't stand, and I hate Leeds. They're both my rivals, Dirty Leeds and Dirty Tottenham. They're both like Chelsea rivals. We hate them both. Yeah. They're both crap to my eyes, but
You hate them more than Man United?
No, Man United's not my rival, so I can't say that I hate them.
No. Do you hate Leeds more than Man United? Because Man United hate Leeds as well.
Yeah, we hate Leeds. We hate Leeds. Dirty Leeds. We call them the Dirty Leeds, the the dirty trappers. That's what we call them. We call them the like the bin dippers, like Liverpool. But we call Leeds the worst of like Leeds are Carters. Yeah, they're worse. The fans are worse. They think they're the best of everything. Soon they come in the Premier League, they're winning the Premier League. No, you not. Where's your delusional winning the Premier League? These Leeds, yeah, I'm happy for Leeds to come back because it gives you the rival criteria back in the old days, like centuries with Chelsea, and it's good to have it back in the Premier League. I think they'll stay up this season. People writing them off, they're like, when they come in the Premier League, they'll get back to the Championship. I don't think. I think if they get the right the right place of the players into something going, and Calvert Lewis don't get injured as much what he did at Everton, because you can see he's quite a good potential striker. If he could start scoring goals for them, I think they stay up. And also they got Daniel James from the old Man United as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then you got Ampadu, who's a good CDM, Welsh, who's ex-Chelsea Coburn boy. He's good as well. He's looking sharp in the least as well.
Monto as well. Monto.
Yeah.
Okafor is a good player too. They have
Yeah,
some
yeah, that's
interesting
it.
guys coming to that team. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So,
They've
so
got some good players. They've got good players there, so they just need to gel together. Soon they gel, Mark. I think needs not need to worry, but I'll put I'm gonna put my money where my mouth is because my mate says that they're getting like a few. My mate who's a Leeds fan said they're getting relegated this season, and I said to my mate who's a Leeds fan, I don't think you do. I don't think because I like it's just shocked me because some like Leeds, yeah, I could just see how their style of play. It's actually working, but it's just that last minute of that moment. You know, when that last minute moment when they get a chance in that goal, they need to finish it. If they could finish that, if they could get their moments in that last in the box, and get Calvert Lewis to finish, I think they'll be all right. But for a minute, they're not showing their greatest success. But Tottenham, I don't care about Tottenham. Who cares about Tottenham? Who cares about them?
I mean, who cares about Tottenham?
You got they got Sammy Simmons there, yeah. He's not really doing any business for them for a minute, innit? So he ain't really showing his best game at them. But yeah,
Your moment is here, Chelsea. Dan. You know what I'm
I'll let
saying?
you guys.
Stamford Bridge.
I'll let you guys talk first. I'll come afterwards.
Stand up, pure drama, the Chelsea, you know what I mean? They play a
But just
great
tell,
game.
just don't want Arsenal. I just don't want to know that Arsenal fans, we didn't help you to beat Liverpool. By the way, just to remember that.
Well, you did. So
No, we
say
didn't. No, we didn't.
well,
Please, just keep that mouth out. Of that we did not help
well,
you. We wanted that 3 points there. We did not help you to win that Premier League because we know far as Arsenal fans. As Arsenal fans, we call you Bottle Jobs FC for a reason. You
yeah,
don't
that's
finish
cool.
over the
That's
line.
cool.
But
That's
the
cool.
thing is, yeah,
Cool.
the big
That's
thing
cool.
is, yeah, the thing is, us fans, us Chelsea fans, we didn't help you to beat Liverpool. We did it for
Okay.
because
Well,
we needed the 3 points.
well, you didn't help us to beat Liverpool, but we're at the top of the league. So you
Yeah,
did
yeah.
something. You did
But
something
you
to
got
help.
1 point. You're 1 point from Liverpool though as well, didn't you?
We're still technically
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
top.
But you
He's
won. Yeah,
still top of
but
the
you won.
league. He's still top of the league. All right,
If
Chelsea.
you
Yeah.
You
hadn't,
say
if
you're
you
going
hadn't
to
have
go
beaten
Yeah.
them,
last. You
they'd
say you're
be.
going to go last.
You
You
would
say
be
you're
up.
going to go
I'm
last.
gonna go.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
yeah,
go
yeah.
last. I'm gonna go last. I'll
Go
let you
last.
go. Let you go. I'll go last. I'll
So,
go last. Let you go
so
on.
you know what I mean. As we say, Chelsea. I think it was an interesting game. I sit down and watch the game because you know these Chelsea guys just called my phone. Yeah,
I
bro.
can't take
No
Chelsea
matter
fans,
the
man.
time, they call into banter because you know Man United lost. But you know, good thing, good thing this weekend it was a good scene. But anyway, slot face twist up like a man who bite a pepper, bro. I swear he was eating Scotch bonnets in that game, you know, because he didn't look happy at all. He didn't look twisted, and you know, Chel, I had to say, man, them real talk about Estevao. I still ain't really seeing it yet, just yet. But what I
What?
could tell all
And
is that
you're a man that
I
watches
seen the
football.
hunger. I seen the hunger in
You're a man that watches
Estevao.
football. And you say you ain't seen it yet.
No, but you know what I
You
mean.
you
Now. First, I have
crazy.
a little bit. You see, for me, I see the talent, I see the potential, and I see the
He's
hunger.
serious,
I
man.
just
He's
waiting
serious.
for him to
Good. You're
continue
changing
and
your
carry
tune,
on.
Mark. You said on
You
WhatsApp he's a
know,
world class
Serious,
player. You're changing your tune now.
serious.
What's going on here?
listen. I
He's
didn't
serious,
say he
dude.
was world class, and I'm not gonna say he
No, we're
world
not
class
going
yet.
there, but he's a
We're not
serious
going
dude.
there yet. But what I will say is for me, is a young player. He just
Mm,
starts his career. Yeah,
mm,
let me see some longevity, some consistency. Let me build him up so that he
mm,
lasts. You know, I for one, bro, I don't like to overhype young talent, bro. Yeah, I'll
mm.
say the sensational in a few sentences early and thing, but then after that,
He's
I try
certainly
to
better
keep
than
it a little
Mason
bit calm.
Greenwood. He's certainly
No, but
better than your man Mason Greenwood.
when you see the way he came on and made an impact against the
No, I
champions,
saw it.
by
I
the
was
way, yeah,
watching it live. I saw it. I saw it.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
That's what I'm
saw.
saying.
But
When you see a player like that make an impact, and I know it's probably one game, but I've seen him play a few games now, and he's just got that flair in it about him. He's it's not like the manager has trained him. Yeah, it's like he's got that natural Brazilian
bro, I see
flair.
him against Man
Hundred
United when we
percent.
played Chelsea for a few minutes, bro,
You
before the World Cup.
he didn't
Yeah.
get played.
And I was like, he
Oh
didn't
my
get
god.
much
Did you
minutes.
know
He
what? Do
didn't
you know?
get
Do you know?
much.
Do you know what? Do you know? Oh, this is what I hate about Man United fans. You know what I hate about Man United fans? Because you hype up. You two goals up in the first half when we were down to 10
Bro,
men.
listen, I'm
You
not
was
talking about
we was
Man
down.
United. I talk about
I know, no, but
Esteval.
I know, but I'm talking to you now. Yeah,
About
if
what?
we was no, but Mark, if we wasn't down to 10 men. You don't win that game with
Forget that.
Estefao
I
in it.
wasn't even
Mm,
You do
talking
not
about
win
to
that game with
lose.
Estefao. You do not. If Estefao did not, and Estefao and Pedro Neto, oh sorry, if
Well,
Estefao,
forget Pedro Neto because we face him many times, many a year. He don't
no,
really do much against
but,
United. Is never his thing. But
Mark, I'm
Esteval,
outside
bro,
you.
he is a talent. I can't
No, I'm
deny
gonna
it,
let you speak.
bro.
I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna let you speak.
I know you want to try to say he better than Mason Greenwood, bro. But keep calm. He still have a lot to go before he could get to that guy. You know what I mean? He might be of the same potential, same ceiling potential, same level in terms of ability, but he just come to the Prem bro game sometime. When he really start to show out after he get accustomed to this league and what he could do, then we will talk. But anyway, my opinion is it was a good game. I always thought Chelsea had
Sorry.
somewhat of an advantage going into this game. I've been telling these Chelsea fans all week that after Liverpool lost two or three in a row, they come into the next game looking for a statement win because they need to justify the 400 million they spend and the fact that they hold the Prem. And I told Chelsea fans, yeah, if you all do your job and score goals in the game, you all will give yourself a chance.
But
And
what goes
when
on?
I saw that
Yeah.
Chelsea scored the first goal, I told myself Chelsea will win this game because I said to myself, I know Liverpool will score, but the fact that Chelsea scored the first goal, I felt like it took away the edge off for Liverpool, and Liverpool had to chase the game even more because remember there was already pressure to get a victory after losing back-to-back games, and now they lost a third game in a row. They went down 1-0. They're
Six.
under pressure. So for me, it's a good situation for Man United after the international break. Of course, hopeful that this terrorist manager that I have here do a good job and start the same team he started last Saturday. I doubt he will, but the
where is
hope
that?
is there.
Anfield.
Yeah, yeah, it's at Anfield.
I'll let Drex talk about this game because
Drex
we'll
and
fit.
Waffle, and
Well,
you going
yeah.
last, bro. You going last.
I'll come last. Yeah, I'll come in last, and then I'll go.
Yes.
Because
I've
what
always,
you took
I've
over
always won.
Waffle. I just wanted to know what Waffle was at the end what he was going to say because Mark talked
Oh,
over
my
him.
bad. My
So
bad.
go on, Waffle.
No, no, I was
I,
just saying they're playing at Anfield. Go on, Drex, so I'll go after you.
Go on, mate. Go on, Drex.
So for me, it was just a good game, right? Both team. I was expecting a draw. I'm not gonna tell a lie. I was expecting a draw, but as the game progressed, you could see that Chelsea wanted it more, maybe to give something to the fans. Chelsea looked. I think I wouldn't say Chelsea actually showed Liverpool any respect in terms of, but they scored the first goal. But Chelsea was pushing for that second goal when Liverpool got the leveler, right? But then Chelsea became a little bit more cautious at the back, not to give Liverpool, because now momentum is with Liverpool. To Chelsea, I was like, okay. Then it ended up being back and forth, back and forth. Then I'm like, yo, this game could go anywhere, but I wanted it to end up at a draw. Then another thing I'm going to say is I've always questioned why Chelsea sold Madueke to Arsenal, right? Because at Arsenal, the man is playing, he's balling at Arsenal right now. But I haven't seen Esteval, right? I'm like, okay, now this is one of the reasons why they had to let that guy go, because the kid is He's young, but he knows how to play. Like what, and I agree with Mark, right? You need to give the guy time to settle, to build, but from what I saw, like the kid, he could play, man. The way he is quick with his feet, he knows when to drop the shoulder, he knows when to protect the ball, put himself between ball and man. And for a young kid, it's good. It only shows that there's a lot that could be achieved if he's being what's the word? If he puts his head down and he's being coached properly, right? You understand? He
Nice.
shouldn't let
Brother
the old.
intelligent.
He shouldn't, bro, man. That guy's football IQ, man. So it's just one of them things. We don't want these young kids to start having overrated or overbloated ego that would bring them down. You know what I mean? But I feel like Chelsea should have won because Garnacho was running riot in the first half. Garnacho was putting the pressure on the Liverpool side, on that right side, but the end product was questionable, right? The end product was questionable, but good that Chelsea had that that win. Yeah, there was Liverpool. I didn't want Liverpool. As long as they have Van Dijk, I don't want Liverpool to win.
Where did it come from? You think that Garnacho was doing some business for Chelsea against against Liverpool? Because it looks like we're playing
He
against 10
was.
men.
No, he
What,
was.
what was he doing? What was he
Okay.
doing? It's just doing the same thing. It was at United, like made him like a shit even more.
No, it was. You could say that, but against the Liverpool
It was the
side,
final
he
ball. I
was
think
one of the.
he
was the
playing
yeah.
well, he played well. It was the final ball that let him down.
It was yeah.
He was torn
Because he kept that Liverpool
those defenders.
Yeah. I'm not kidding you, bro. It's not because he's an ex-United player. No, he was doing his bit, right? But it was
It's just
that
doing the same
final
thing
ball
what he
when
was
to
doing at
bring it back
United.
or when to. No, bro. No.
Of course he was.
No. If he was doing the same thing as United, the coach would have taken him off earlier than when he took him off, bro. I think the time the coach took him off, right? Garnacho was almost exhausted. You could tell that there was nothing left in the tank. The coach just needed to just switch things up and just bring some fresh legs into the game. And the time he was off the pitch, I think it was 1-1. So the coach was like, you know what, let me just freshen things up. And it paid off because you could see when Esteban scored that goal, you could see the excitement. You could see how he ran towards the player because he knew what he did in that game. And kudos to him, though. Kudos to Maresca for actually not lying down even when Liverpool leveled the game.
Because we put Gilens on for Garnacho.
Who played right back for?
Nah,
is it Szoboszlai that played right back?
Yeah, for Liverpool, yeah.
No. He was. Listen, Chelsea should have had a penalty in that game. Yeah,
100% for Garnacho.
Yeah, on the Garnacho. So I'm not Garnacho's biggest fan, by the way. Yeah, but I'm not biased either. And I ain't biased. I ain't a bigger fan of him. I think he's just doing the same thing as when he's at United. Was really good. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, he tormented Szoboszlai in that game. Yeah, Szoboszlai had to keep fouling him. He was winning decent free kicks in good areas, advancing the team up the pitch when they were under pressure. I thought he had a very good game. But I just wanted to talk about Chelsea fans before the game. Yeah, I know a few Chelsea fans. Yeah, and they were doubting that they were going to get a result. I predicted the result correctly. I've got a video on my thing. I do a prediction show every Friday, and I said Chelsea going to win 2-1. I've got the video. I've got the clip. Because I just knew that this Liverpool team isn't good enough, and especially with your midfield with Caicedo, with Enzo, I just thought that, especially Caicedo, who's just on bits at the moment. Yeah,
That's not a future captain. Yeah, stop saying that.
I just thought that you'll be, the better team. But one thing I have to commend you guys for as well, because your defense was literally a makeshift defense. You had players going off injured. I think you had some. Was it actually Akpom?
Yeah,
21-year-old that came on that had to defend.
20 years of age. 20
years of age that had to come on. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's not like you were. You know what I mean? You was up against Salah. You was up against
Gakpo. Is that Gakpo? Yeah.
Gakpo as well. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know you say Liverpool ain't on the form though, but still, that team, what they had out, that team done damage to teams last season.
Yeah.
So it was a good win. There was a chance where Enzo had a header near the end where he hit the
Hit the
post.
post.
Yeah, and I thought, this is going to be a draw, and it would have been a good result, a draw as well. And then, do you know what? A good. Who crossed the ball again?
The left back, Cucurella.
Esteval.
No, who crossed the ball to
Cucurella.
Esteval?
Cucurella was,
No. Enzo passed it into Cucurella and then he crossed it into
And
Esteval.
It was
and
Yeah,
Cucurella.
cut
Enzo
in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cooker.
quickly. Yeah.
beautiful finish. And as I said,
Mm.
yeah, I don't need to see loads of games to know that a baller is a baller. Esteval he's got potential to be one of the very best. The only thing that will hinder him if he gets a few injuries and stuff, but you can see looking at him, eye test, that he's a baller. The only thing that might hinder him in the future is that when players start to double up, what I mean, and marking him and stuff like that, when try and kick him all the time and stuff like that. But at this moment, what I'm seeing, very good, and it was a good victory by Chelsea. Very good, very, very good.
Just to see the thing with us, right? As our team, we won back to back. Where we haven't seen Liverpool win back to back, we haven't seen Man United win back to back. This all teams this season.
Man
It's
United
like
won one back to back.
Man United
You
ain't won
talking
back to back.
about games?
Yes, they have
You
won a
talking
back
about
No,
to back.
okay. Man
No,
United
they
hasn't
haven't
won
won
back. No, they
back-to-back
haven't.
games.
They haven't
They've
won
won
back to
back-to-back
back.
Premier Leagues. They have won
No,
back-to-back.
Games,
no,
games,
no, they haven't.
games,
Not
games.
games.
Talking about
Games.
Oh,
this
sorry,
season.
Oh,
games.
games.
Oh, games. Sorry. Okay.
Because Man United hasn't won back to back, and so has Liverpool in games hasn't won back to back. Yeah, so like, and we've
Serious?
yeah, but yeah, Man United has never won
No,
since this
Liverpool. I mean
season,
Liverpool.
and
Liverpool.
Liverpool as well hasn't. They've lost 3 games. Yeah, and they lost to Crystal Palace, then they lost to Galatasaray on the weekend, and then they lost to us.
Yeah.
See, with the performance, what we did, yeah, because we've got a lot of, like, since the last game when we lost to Man United, we was in the Champions League that game, and we conceded. It's like we gave the goals away. Like, we haven't played bad. We played football, but we conceded the goals. Like Bayern Munich game, yeah, we lost 3-1. We should have been. It should have been 3-2. Cole Palmer's goal. Like,
Yeah.
we gave him a penalty. We gave him a bad pass to Harry Kane, so then he gets the goal open and makes it goal. Then the third, like, we basically like gave him the 3 goals. So that weren't that bad, but we've got a lot of injuries in our centre backs. There's like 8 of injuries in our team. That's why. And then yesterday, playing against Liverpool, where Josh Champong, yeah, he's a future centre back and he looks really good when he played against Crystal Palace. Then he was out after them games. Badiashile hasn't really came back from his fitness. He's basically. Then we had to put our 2 left backs at centre back, like Hato and Cucurella, and Reece James and Gusto. So yesterday's game against Liverpool, I said to myself, I said to Mark, I've got a feeling these Liverpool fans are going to make an excuse saying that they're beers because we're crap. No, we beat you because we stopped your attack. We beat you because you had Josh Achampong and Badiashile, right, actually performed well and stopped you guys from scoring. Soon they came when Badiashile came off with his injuries and Josh Achampong. Then Liverpool came and equalised and made it 1-1. If they didn't if they didn't have that slight injury worries, when they came off, I don't see Liverpool scoring. But then suddenly they made it 1-1, and then I could just see where Enzo Maresca, where Estefan, we went from the Crystal Palace game when he first came on that Crystal Palace game. You could see how he dribbled about 6 midfielders and also took 2 defenders on and created a pass into the box where Joel Pedro should have scored in that first game against Crystal Palace, but he headed it wide. This guy from 18 years for Estefan Williams, right? Yes, he's a young talent. I agree with what you say, Mark. I agree on what you say, Drex. But you haven't seen the kid to let us know that you think he ain't ready. Where you haven't seen the games when he saw in the World Cup where he scored won the goal past us. You haven't really seen this kid at Chelsea. You don't watch our games, and when he comes on, this guy knows how to dribble past the defenders. He knows to hold it. Wait
Searching,
there,
hold on a
James. Wait
sec.
there. Wait there.
Hold
Wait
on a
there.
sec.
Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. Wait there. He knows how to dribble around the defenders. He knows how to be a magic to hold the ball, to cross it when it's at the same time to get an assist. And when he did against Liverpool yesterday, yeah, when he took them players and to be at the right certain time to score that goal to make it 2-1, this guy is a baller. I don't care, yeah, if you're a football player and you're a pro and you're playing in the Premier League, you have to be ready. And then what's the point bringing him in to the Premier League if he ain't ready? Then he should go back out on loan to another league and then play games. You're telling us this guy's not ready, and you can't. You have to give the kid game time. No, it doesn't work like that. And Ganacho, yeah, fair play to Ganacho yesterday. The only thing he did, might have done the same, yeah. Where I see him, what he did at Man United, what he did at United. That's about it. I like the thing is, yes, Ganacho could be a Chelsea player, and he might improve. I'm not. I'm giving Ganacho time because you guys had never played him in the pre-season. You guys never played him in the few first games of the Premier League, so he needs time to gel and get into his rhythm again, and he might come good. But with the whole team yesterday, right, played football like against Liverpool on Saturday. That they were like looking, we're gonna win this game as not respecting Liverpool because every single Chelsea fan think, oh, like last season when we beat 3-1, it was a beats game. No, it weren't. We last season we did our job. This season, yeah, we did our job because we prioritised ourselves, yeah, knowing since the injuries and all these red cards we're getting, like no, there's no discipline. It's like the Man United game, yeah. If Sanchez didn't get red card, yeah, didn't get the red card in that game. In that red card, it would have been a different game. Estefan and Pedro Neto in that game, we don't go lose that game. We'll probably go win it.
Bro,
But
you
because
still crying about the Man
Can,
no,
United
no,
game,
no,
bro.
no, no,
Come
I'm not.
on,
I'm not.
bro.
Chelsea,
No, I'm not. I'm not
can
crying.
I
I'm not
say
crying. I'm
something?
not crying.
Can I say something? Yeah. When you say we don't watch, see, you've played how many whatever games you've played this season, I have watched
Yeah.
all of them. Right
Well, you watch Chelsea.
From the Crystal Palace down to the Liverpool game. I've watched all of your games. I might
Oh yeah.
miss maybe, yeah, I might miss maybe the one Champions League or the other, right? But I've watched everything, right? So when
Hey,
I
little
tell you,
buddy.
I'm not saying don't start. I'm not saying don't play Esteval. Don't no. I'm saying the kid can play. He's got the football IQ. He's got, but we just don't big him up as though he's one exceptional player when he still has a lot to learn. You understand? We know what the media can do. We know what the hype can do
Yeah,
to these
yeah.
young
Okay, I get what
players.
you're saying. I get what
So,
you're saying.
so it's not like he shouldn't play if he's ready, if he's on the start. And I like the way Maresca drips it in, just to give him a bit of confidence. That goal he scored against Liverpool, bro, that thing has taken his confidence from if he was 40% before, he has moved it up to like 65 or 70, right? So it's those are the little things I'm saying. Don't just let's not run with before just put like what they did to Theo Walcott. He didn't even play a lot of game for Arsenal. I was already in the World Cup. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Give these players time to progress and to actually learn. You understand? So it's not like if Chelsea wants to play him and they want to play him week in week out, it's none of my business. But one thing I
No,
know is a footballer.
I
The guy
I
is a
don't think
footballer.
I don't think we're gonna play him, and we're gonna probably like keep like sometimes put him on the bench and come on in the 70th minute, because way he's fast legs is better for him. Because when you see team like yesterday, when we saw him come on after that 70th minute, you can see how the Liverpool legs were going,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I agree what you're saying. I agree what you're saying. I'm not one of these Chelsea guys and not, oh, he's world class already. I could see the potential. He could be like one of in probably 1 or 2 years be better than Vinicius Junior. He could be better than all these type grade players up in a few. He's young. He's 18. Yes, he's got a talent. We can see the potential there, but with him, he needs to like play his game, have the discipline, actual like be your age as like in the game, and show that you could be that kind of level to be the best player like in the Premier League in the coming years. Because you can see it how he does. He destroyed Van Dijk yesterday. Like Van Dijk and Andrew Robertson couldn't not handle him. Yeah, on Saturday, the Liverpool could not handle Esteval. But we just need him to get his mentally
Mentality.
talent.
Mentality.
Yeah, mentally. Yeah. Soon he gets that and feels the Premier League, the thing. By next year, we'll see a better Esteval than what we'll see Esteval this season.
You know what's funny, yeah? Final take on this game. You know what's funny, yeah? Everybody keep talking about the makeshift defense and all of that, right? But nobody's talking about. First of all, I feel like if Chalaba was fit, I don't think Gusto would have played in that holding four. It wouldn't be a pivot of Gusto and Casado. It would be Enzo Maram, what's his name, Fernandez and Caicedo, and that might change the trajectory of the game, right? So, but one thing I want to talk about is how I feel like Isaac is a wrong move for Liverpool, but
100%.
nobody wants to talk about that right now because
No,
when I watched that game against Liverpool, right, it's like, especially Gusto, Malo Gusto had him under lock and key. Everywhere he was moving to, how he even managed to get that ball and that dropped kindly for Gakpo, right? He was trying to like control that ball for himself, not really letting it go. But so Isaac would be a problem for Liverpool. Isaac will be a big problem for them. Maybe it's his fitness. Maybe he's struggling with something at the moment. But from what I've seen, I feel like he's gonna struggle.
It's his
I
fitness,
don't
bro.
think
He's
he.
not match
I
fit.
don't.
He's
Yeah,
not
match
match
fit.
fit. And I think that this is just the price they had to
No
pay because they
pre-season.
allow the player to not have a preseason. And this is a big problem. And a lot of people will say, yeah, Isaac right to just leave a club. But, bro, 6 weeks before he signed a brand new contract at Newcastle, bro.
Mm,
Brand new. Yeah. So my opinion is if this persists any longer and go past January with Isak, this is just these bits, bro. Because
oh, I'm not. I'm
in
not.
all
And even
fairness,
worse. And
bro,
worse.
you could leave a club and go to a bigger club. All that is normal and thing, but
Mm,
and the manner in which he did it, he did this to Newcastle. He make people feel like he was being held hostage when really and truly,
hundred
you
percent.
just sign a brand new contract, promise the people you're going to play there this season, and then decide, hey, I want to go to Liverpool. Yeah, you know what I mean? It's how better he didn't sign the new contract. But anyway, let me not keep talking about Chelsea, Liverpool, because Chelsea
Mark, yeah,
got
Mark,
ready to
Mark,
have
Mark,
million
Mark,
moments
Mark.
today.
Yeah,
We
could
have
I
to
just
move
quickly
on,
just
bro.
talk about? Yeah,
We
could I just
have
talk
to
about
move on.
words? Could you just talk
No,
about
we
words?
have to
Flowing
move
Can we
words.
on.
go to Arsenal?
Forget we will
Yeah, let's
talk
go
to
Arsenal.
Florian Wirtz later at the end of the
All right.
show.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
everybody
All
had
right.
the winners and the losers, the
Yeah.
flips and
Number
the
8,
flops
innit?
to talk about. Yeah, so
Oh, bye bye.
Arsenal,
Number 9.
big man in the building. I want to leave this to you, bro, because really and truly, I had write some nice things to say about this game in my summary. You know what I mean? I don't really feel too comfortable saying it in front of Arsenal fan. If Arsenal fan was there, that'd be cool, be cool and all, bro. But yeah, bro, yeah, just can't
Listen,
do it.
listen. Let me tell you about this game, yeah. Blood, this game was like watching paint dry, man. It weren't the best game to watch. West Ham came to make it, an ugly game. They done the physical thing. I tell you, that game was stop starting every 2, 3 minutes, bro. Injuries, players going down. It weren't the best game to watch. It weren't the best game to watch.
It's like rugby.
Yeah, chance for Eze or Eza, if you want to call him that. Hits over the bar. He should have buried that. Um, still not registered a Premier League goal yet. 17 shots, 0 goals. But we're patient with him, We're patient. Um, the
I
game,
have a
man.
few contradictory things to say about Isaiah, but continue.
Listen, you can say what you want to say about Eze, but
What about Goku shit?
huh?
Goku shit.
Listen. Let me just
No, Arsenal fans can talk about words about 009, 010,
Let the
but
man
we can
finish his
go, 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 go,
Arsenal
go.
monologue,
Okay.
No,
bro.
but
Yeah,
no,
go,
but
go.
This is the
Gyökeres has
Arsenal
still scored.
moment. This is
Gyökeres has still got
Arsenal's
3 goals
moment.
to his name. So, do you know what I'm saying? It's one of them ones. But anyway, yeah, we got over the line. Rice scored against his previous club. Yeah, it was what I think. I think it was a keeper saved it, and then he just side foot into the net. And then the second goal was a nice ball from Zubamendi over the top to Timber. And as he's falling into the area, the penalty's given, and Saka scored a goal. Listen, I'm one of the harshest fans. I'm not an Arteta fanboy. I'm a realist. I've been watching my team since the 80s, yeah. So I might show you guys my age as well, yeah. And I was not impressed
Big up to
by
that,
the
bro. Big up to that,
performance.
bro.
Yeah, man. I was not impressed by the performance, but I was happy with the result. And that's my disclaimer this season. If I win 31 games in that manner and I pick up this title, I don't care about the performance, yeah, because I want my Premier League title. I want my trophy. But there are things that we can be critical about in terms of some of the play from some of the players. I think Gyökeres was literally playing rugby yesterday, bro, on Saturday. Two man was trying to grab him, and he was just wrestling with these man. He had a chance where the ball was whipped in. I think it was Rice, and he's missed the goal by just inches. He's missed it by inches. That guy needs to. I don't know whether he needs to shred a couple of kilos or something like that. And his last game, I felt he played well. Who was the last game he played against? Who's the last game? Is it Champions League?
Arsenal.
Olympiacos.
Yeah, Olympiacos. I thought I could see, like a change. Like there was a lot of positive things that he done in that game, in the runs and stuff like that. But most games we're going to play this season are going against teams that do a low block in it. So it's going to be frustrating trying to get him involved in the play. And he's one of them strikers that runs off the shoulder off defenders, in it. So, bro, you know what? It's still a question mark about Gyökeres. But I'm not giving up on my boy. And you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's not a 0-0 nothing because it's 3-7, so he needs to be better.
Before that Chelsea down goes, can I say something? With the way Waffle is talking, right? If you did not really watch the game, you may be like, okay, but Waffle, from my view, right? This is totally me, right? I feel like Arsenal dominated that game. Arsenal should have been at least 4 goals to the good.
Yeah, but we didn't play well though.
We beat them 5-1. We beat West Ham 5-1.
We didn't play well at all.
Waffle, I understand, but there were times where Arsenal really carved them open. They should have done better with the ball, right? It's one of them, like you said yourself. It was more of a rugby kind of game because the opposition was trying to go all physical and still with that setup that they had, Arsenal was still able to try to play their game, right? Gyökeres could have had the two, like you said, one that he narrowly missed, right, and the other one that hit the post, the one that he had from.
Forgot about that. Yeah.
So you could see that he could have actually got 2 goals on the night and putting Arsenal four goals. Eze should have made it 1 goal in the first 10 minutes, right? The same type of play fell kindly to Declan Rice. He put it away. So it's you're going to Forest is coming to the Emirates, new manager. We all know how Nuno likes to play, especially when he likes to play very compact defense, right? So you should be expecting that, but still in that mode, with that expectation, Arsenal still try to. Now, if anybody hearing me, if any of my crew, my friends from back home hear me talk about, they were like, when did I become a lover of Arsenal? I don't like Arsenal, right?
Yeah,
you love Arsenal, yeah? You love Arsenal.
Yeah, no, but with the way Waffle is talking, I'm just trying to say for the neutrals, right? It's you could be critical of the manager. You could want your team to do exceptionally well, especially when they are at home, right? But don't forget, it's a West Ham side that is that has a new manager now, new philosophy, new ideology, right? And they want to impress every player in that West Ham team wants to show the manager why their name should be on the starting 11, and they did that, right? But Arsenal's game superseded on that night, right? Like I said, it could have easily 5 goals, it could have been 4 goals, but it is what it is. It was just what them games that you get even a 1-0 win, you take it, right? But to say, I get you. You're an Arsenal fan. You'll be overly critical.
I'm ultra. I'm very critical of my team, and I don't think this season. The thing is, Drexler, is that I've only really seen like a good game against Forest, a good half against Leeds, a good half against Olympiacos. The games I've watched, I've not really been over impressed with the team. So that game for me.
What about the Man City game, bro?
What was that shit game, bro? Come on.
Bro,
that was but Arsenal were lucky. Arsenal were lucky to draw.
Mark, I asked.
No, Arsenal was lucky to draw that.
This game, brother, same thing we were doing, putting the ball in, crossing the ball to their defense, when no one's gonna head that ball, and that's another criticism. We keep crossing the ball into the box, and these. Did you see that Kilman and that Mavropanos? They were eating up everything in the headers.
Yeah.
Because they're so tall. They're like trees.
Bro, that is no one Nuno wants.
Brother. Listen, as I said, I am very. If you're gonna debate with me, I'm very critical of my team because it's been 21 years without a Premier League trophy.
And Champions League.
No Champions League, and no trophy in 5-6 years. So you know what? If anyone's going to be harsh on my team, and I don't want to talk about we've come second and we've got a great defense. I'm not here to have that conversation. I'm here to be ruthless and I want to win games. And I said, which was quite nice, is that you know what, we dominated that game. Maybe not the way I wanted to, but we dominated that game and we won the game at the end. And that's, you know what, at the end of the day, if we score 10 goals, it's still 3 points in the bag. So
was you with Arsenal fans? Because I just want to love. I'm glad you got a good guy on this stream because I can see you're passionate for Arsenal, but you're realistic. All these Arsenal fans came and beat West Ham. Oh, we're now champions. Like you thought, you want win the league. I don't get where the hype that come from because.
No, but Chelsea Dan, you have to understand that a fan will always be a fan, bro. You're not gonna be.
No. But what I'm saying, Drake, like Drake's, I'm like, you know me, I'm exactly the same. With my team last season, the amount of things the players have got, the Champions League, the Club World Cup, I thought we weren't going to win the Club World Cup. I even said to the team's not good enough to win anything. But the team actually surprised me. Like they were going to dominate PSG, the best team in the world, and done them with the part, and we won the Club World Cup. Like with Arsenal fans, right? I hear every single year. We're winning the Premier League. We're winning the Champions League. We've got the best team in the world in the Premier League. Like, I'm thinking to myself, if you've got the best team in the world, you've got the best team in the Premier League, why is it that you don't win cups? Because to be the best team to have in the Premier League, you go win cups, like what Man City did in the last 4 seasons. When they said that they got the best team, their first season, they won 4 cups and they won the treble, won the Champions League the first time, ever. Yeah, they went and won a Super Cup. That's what you call a best team because they went and done it. But Arsenal goes and does it, goes to second place. And I'm bigging up to you, my bro, because the thing is, everything what you say, you're a realistic Arsenal. I've got an Arsenal fan as well. I've got a mate who's an Arsenal fan. And he tells me, oh, we're winning the league. And he waffles so much, like, my team's better, my team's stuff.
Let me play a little bit of devil's advocate here for the Arsenal fans, right?
Yeah.
If your team, right, has been, let's say they were in a race with Man City, and I think they narrowly lost that one, right? And you could see that they've been improving bits by bits, right? Bro, it will feel you Wafodan is here. He's an Arsenal fan. On the one hand, I believe he's critical, but on the other hand, he could say, okay, there's something to hold on to going into next season. You understand? Okay, if we came out second last season or the season before, and we try to replicate it, and we did come out, so what is that extra that needs to be done to take us to over the line? So with that, you can actually have something to hold on to. And like I said, fans will always be fans, but looking at it from the outside perspective, now with an outsider's perspective, they have something to hold on to that they could work with going into the next season and say, okay, last season we only came out second, right? Or third. What do we do to push us, that give us that extra? You understand? To win the thing. So that is where you being critical comes in. So you look at the play. Okay, like that goal that Eze missed. Now you look at them like, yo, if it was only that chance, you should be burying it, because we don't know if we're gonna get another one or two. So those are the kind of things you become critical about. But going into a season and telling the next man that we're gonna win it is from the place of, okay, I know what we did last season. We just need to do one or two better, and we are there. You understand? You have something in hand to
But Drakes, they've done that. All the Arsenal fans, all the Arsenal fans said Martinelli, Nuni Madueke, and Saka won't. Apart from Saka, because with his injuries, and Martin Odegaard ain't been good for Arsenal, right? They didn't have no one to create for Gokues, so they wanted Eze to come in, so he could provide Eze could provide to be the Gokues assists. But as soon as Eze came in, he hasn't done that for Gokues. But hang on. The thing with me, right? Gokues, with the level for Sporting, he reminds me of a type, the digits he's done with Sporting Lisbon, right, and also the Champions League. What Darwin Núñez did when he was at Benfica, right? The thing with you guys, to get the Premier League or Cup one over a line, this manager is a bottle job. He ain't gonna provide this for you guys to win a title, or he spent over 1 million, And over years, you finished second. This is why I love. Like, I'm glad you said.
What if he wins it this season?
Drakes, if you think Arteta's gonna go win it this year, you're delusional. I don't think he ain't. He's not the manager. The Arteta, is one of these guys when it comes, because if you look at his stats, this season's been boring for Arsenal. It's boring. It's defensive, and one of the most thing he's been doing is set piece. Well, Michael Arteta, he's all kind of a manager when it comes to over the line to try to win a big gun major trophy. He goes and bottles it because he hasn't got the standards of the substitution to finish them over the line to win the league. You've seen it over five years. When they won the FA Cup, that weren't his team. That was Unai Emery's team with Aubameyang. That's why they went and won the FA Cup. Soon he came in and after won the FA Cup. These 5 years, second place, big deals, and doing all this business being top. You could tell how his substitutions, his system of a play, is not working. Martinelli's not good enough now, right? They're saying Martinelli's not good enough. The likes of Saka. He's always getting these players like Saliba is injured. Martin Odegaard's injured. Saka injured. He's literally playing them next game and rushing them back to come play their games. And then suddenly when they rush back, now they're out injured again with the crisis. And big ups to Lee Gunner and big ups to everyone, because they speak facts.
I'm not a big fan of Arteta, right?
Yeah.
When I see that somebody is one of the criticism I have towards Arteta for the last 2 seasons was knowing fully well that Gabriel Jesus is your striker that is never available. Why
Kai Havertz is gone. Kai Havertz as well.
Why try to make the midfield and all of those things beautiful and start buy a striker? You have a team that could create for a striker, but you go into the season looking at every other department, but that striking position, right? But this season, I even said last season that if Arsenal really wants to push for the title, they should go knock on Newcastle's door and say, okay, how much is Isaac? Don't even go get anybody from outside. Go get somebody from
Yeah,
inside the
yeah,
league.
inside the league,
How
yeah.
much is Isaac?
I
And
agree,
put
I
Isaac.
agree.
I actually said do that, and also go to Crystal Palace and knock on the door and ask them how much is Eze, right? And they went to get Eze, and they got a striker, Jokeres. We know the numbers he pulled out last season for Sporting, right? But so now when we look
I
at
think
this,
he's just a championship manager.
bro, hold on a sec. When we look at this season now, right? He's got all the minerals, right, to make that perfect solution, right? So now is all eyes are on him. Can he do it? Right? Can he really do it? If he doesn't do it this season, then okay. But for me, he's done a fine job to more like not really steady the ship, more like giving Arsenal some sort of something to hold on to. Now the fans can literally say Waffle, Don, Lee Garner, and the rest. They could actually criticize him, right? Rightly so, because he's put them, giving them so much, right? In terms of they now see themselves as a good side that should be doing things, that should be winning big trophies. But why are we not winning big trophies? It's because they have that perception, because Arteta has put them in a place where they can actually have it. You know, if they were struggling in the 5th position, 4th position, or 3rd position, they were like, you know, this guy can't do it. But now, because Arteta has progressively steadied the ship at that 2nd position, they can actually say, you know what, maybe this guy is not the guy. But let's see what this season brings. He's got a striker. He's got an extra player in Eze, right? Let's just see what he could do this season. If he doesn't, you guys, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but you guys are right to call him out, and you know your football club from the bottom to the top, right? So you guys are right. But I'm just saying, from an outside, I don't even like Arsenal. I don't like them. I don't even want them to win the league, right? But if you ask me, Arsenal, Liverpool, or Man City, who do I think should win the league? I'll tell you, I want Man City to win the league. I wouldn't want Arsenal, right? But as it stands, I see a lot of people giving Arteta the whip. I'm like, okay, guys, I know he might not be the one, but now that he's been given a striker and an extra creator, and he's even given an extra defensive play in Zubamendi and all of that, let's see if that, because we've been crying. I've been saying, get a striker, you would win the league, right? But now that he's got a striker, let's see if he can actually deliver the league. If he
Drex, I agree with what you say,
no,
because
to answer your question, I feel like he can win the league this season. To answer that question, I feel like Arsenal will win the league this season. That's my feeling, because
that's the opinion. But what I'm saying is, what I'm going to say is, not as I've been biased here, to someone saying Arsenal's going to win the league this season, where as Gokres, right? They spent so much money on Gokres and Eze, yeah. Nuni Madueke, right, is the next Chelsea. We know what Nuni Madueke. He does what he does, what he did at 12, just dribbling. With Gokres, right, he's not in his mind in the Premier League. He's not good. He's like a championship, he's a championship striker. The best thing to get out of Gokres, is it Arteta the right man to do? No, he ain't. Because Arteta, when it comes to Arteta's level, yeah, he's the one who's going to ruin Gokres. There is a top striker in Gokres. If to win the league, you need a proper mental mentality that does the right substitution to finish so far in the league, to go very far in the league, to win the league, and to show class players like Gokres, Eze, and like the Sakas, all this lot, to be the world professional, to make them successfully to be good, to go win the league. But he can't finish after, when he gets to the end of end of the league, coming to the Premier League, Drax, he can't finish over the line. So he needs to manage it. Since the game started in the Premier League, it's been boring. It has been. I have to say, it has. It's been his tactics. Yeah, it's been boring. The most thing he's been doing to get these wins, so some of them, is set piece. It's just set piece. There's nothing else that it would surprise me. They're to be playing real good football. Like the first half, I've watched the first half. There's bits where it's boring when he's passing it back, going sideways, pass. Then sudden, one of the players will try to cross it in, and the lock on the ball ain't been there. The Olympus game last weekend, the weekday on the Champions League. I expect Arsenal to win that because Olympiacos ain't really that good. But this first half, they played good. But the second half, it was just terrible. It was like same system, same mentality Arteta was doing, where they would play deep at the back and try and play forwards, trying to count. I just don't see like if Arsenal really wants to win the league or to go win the Champions League. I'm afraid this guy ain't the one. This guy is not gonna finish the business for these to win the league. They spent so much money on talent players that there is talent players in that team. I can't stand Arsenal. I'm happy they bottled it for the last 2 seasons, but as a team, as Arsenal they've got good players there, but Arteta's the one is making them not be great successful. Like Gokres, if another manager came in now, Gokres, Maximum, yeah, I could agree, yeah. In the first game till now, he probably scores about 10 goals. But he has now. He's only scored 3 goals. What in 7 games? Is it?
Bro.
3 goals in 7 games. Eze has what? How many assists has he done since he's came in?
I think three or two. I believe 3 or 2. The one against, I think 3.
This is what I'm saying, Drex. No, this is what I'm saying. So you have to. This guy is going to be the one not going to lead them to Premier League.
Bro. It's just 7 in the Premier League, bro. It's not like, I don't know why I'm saying this, but it's just game 7. There's room for improvement. Gyökeres, this is his first season in back in the Premier League. It's been a while, right? But this is a new team. Even Eze, a new team for him. So they would need time to gel. They will need time to understand the teammates, right? But I don't really worry. My only problem with Arteta is towards the end of the season, it feels like he runs out of ideas, right? Because there's this rush. Okay, we are nearly there, right? And it feels like, okay, he could see the finish line, but because of that anxiety, it tends to start making some mistakes here and there. If there's anything he would have learned from, is trying to correct it towards the end, the business end of the season. The later half of the season, that's where Arteta tends to fumble a lot, right? Because I can remember 2 seasons ago or 3 when we're expecting him to just seal up games. He lost to Aston Villa. I'm like, yo, if you want to win the league, you can't be losing to Aston Villa at home. Do you understand? It was at a crucial time. So I just feel like if he has learned something, it's towards the end of the season we would see if he actually has improved from what his previous experience. But for me, I just feel like they have everything in place to go win the league this season.
Yeah, well, I mean, if this season gonna be Arsenal season, then so be it. Because I really don't want to see Liverpool lift a trophy this season. I actually predict Liverpool to finish probably 5th, if not 6th, because realistically, I think because of the amount of firepower they bought this season, it will throw off their attack and probably put them in a situation that a lot of people don't expect them to be in. But that's just me. And I go on a little bit of heritage because I've seen Liverpool done this before with the bulk of star players and won nothing, finished 6th, finished 5th, finished 8th, finished 7th. So, for me, I think they had a better team when they started this season in the first 2.5 games. Before they got Isak, I think the team was free flowing and something that was probably going to become scary. And now I think they just threw that all away because it ain't gonna come back. For them to find that kind of click and form again, it will be a while. Because they also threw off Florian Wirtz and he now become 009 and he probably gonna be 0012. He gonna be 012 because brother, I don't understand why Good Morning Britain and all these people is kiss Liverpool ass so much because brother, they're real lucky. Last season, the
Bro, they're real
referee,
lucky,
extra
bro.
minutes, penalties, extra little hand. Salah scored a goal against our team last week, Palace. Brother, Salah hand the ball. You know, if it was any other team, handball.
Against Burnley, they gifted them a very easy penalty.
Yeah, 100%.
What's his
The
name?
same thing that Salah they gave away on
Oh,
Salah the week
I looked
before.
at
They didn't allow for Burnley
the
this week.
the yellow card or the red card, the second yellow card for that Burnley play. I'm like, bro, what was that, bro? That's too soft, man. And to now give a penalty, I'm like, oh my, just give them now, give it to them now, because oh man, I'm like,
yeah,
I think the season's still early, man. I think the season's still too early.
It's real early, but let me tell you something, yeah, bro. It have another international break after this one in November.
Mark, I have to run.
Oh,
All
after
right,
this
run
one.
my 9
Shout
minutes.
out to you, bro. And
9 minutes.
yeah, bro,
we
start
What happened?
Is it me? Okay, I think it's Mark, man. It's just that Liverpool, man.
Yes, Mark.
I just hope that that's the thing, because the clubs like Arsenal, the other clubs trying to do their biz, right? And there's some sort of shady refereeing for some other team. It doesn't add up, you know. It doesn't add up. Like it just frustrates every other person. Like I've come to the realization that my own team, United, there's something with United and the PGM LOL, because so like against we're going to talk about it right now. The game against who did we play? Sunderland. They kept looking at that ball from that clash between, it wasn't really a clash, where Sesko had a high foot, and they kept, and everybody was like, bro, this man did not touch the player, bro. He did not touch the player. Why are you looking for something that's not there? VAR looked at it and decided to send the referee just to see if the referee would see something. Bro, like, we all saw it.
It's all part of the pantomime now, isn't it?
Bro, man. Like, I'm like, we are literally looking at it. You've given us the advantage of actually seeing it in slow-mo. Now we are seeing it in, what is it that you guys are going to see that we are not seeing, bro? Like, so it's sometimes I just feel like it's frustrating for some club when some calls are not going their way, and that same exact call is going in the way of it. It's just frustrating. But this season, it's like you said, it's early days, still early in the season. No Liverpool. If it was back in the days, I would say no Arsenal. But right now, I have to pick of the of the poison that is laid out in front of me. I have to pick the lesser evil one, which is Arsenal for now. But no Liverpool, please. And if Arteta bottles it and gives this thing to Liverpool, I'll be one of the not an Arsenal fan, but I'll be singing his Arteta out. I will sing it loud, man. I would not even entertain any sort of advocacy from anybody. I would sing it because he has to deliver, bro. He has to.
Shout out to that, Trex. Yo, Waffle, what are your thoughts is on this Man United game? Of course, we see Sesko get his second goal in 2 games in the Prem, I might add. And, you know, I think it spells a good situation for Man United. But for me, I would say I still not confident we go and win back-to-back games until we actually do it under this manager.
Well, to win against Sunderland, that's a good win. You know, 2-0. What I'm more impressed with is your keeper's debut. I thought he instilled some confidence into the team. He was very good, you know, coming out for, you know, crosses and stuff like that. And he made a couple of very good saves. He looks like a good goalkeeper. He's tall. He looks decent, but I'm not going to get too overexcited because, you know, his first game. But first game clean sheet, that's always nice to see that. But yeah, you guys just gotta keep believing in it, and it's gonna be difficult. Is it at Anfield? It's at Anfield, isn't it?
Yeah, Anfield. You return, yeah.
Yeah, do you know what? Anything can happen. Sesko scoring, confidence now, you know, what's that, 2 in 2? You know, Mbeumo, brilliant player. I don't think Cunha's quite at the races yet. I don't know why. But styles make fights, isn't it? And, you know, the way Liverpool are playing, I don't know if Liverpool gonna. This is the thing. Slot's got time now. to plan for the Liverpool game now. Yeah, because now they can just like, okay. But another thing as well, it's international break. Who knows who's going to get injured over this international period as well? You don't know, innit? Players might come back with knocks. It's so hard to predict, you know, games now. It's really difficult, you know. So, you know, just focusing on the Sunderland game, you guys need wins in it, and you got to win. Obviously, you lost to Brentford the previous week, but it's your games at home. You need to be winning your games at home in it, because last season wasn't great for you, and still the back-to-back thing is still haunting you. You know, back-to-back wins is still haunting you. You're gonna need to get it at some point. Maybe you go to Liverpool and maybe you get a draw. Maybe that's a good result. But who knows? Who knows? You can go there and win. But the form they're on at the moment, Chelsea beat them, so why not go to Anfield and beat them? Because the way you guys play as well, that Ahmad and all that doing his madness, you know what? You might be able to get a result at Anfield. It's going to be it's going to be a hard task, but who knows with this Man United team?
I have a feeling that Cunha would score in that game again. I know, Mark. I know.
Oh no, God.
I know.
Let me talk
Well,
first.
I'm jumping out now. I'm jumping out now. I have to do something. I'm jumping out now. Let me just say this. It was a good game. The only thing I was angry about is the energy they showed on that game, right? We did not see half of it against Brentford. And that's concerning. That's very worrying for a United fan like myself, right? So why play Sunderland like that, right? With those energy, because Sunderland, we didn't even allow a Sunderland player to hold on to the ball for more than even 5 seconds. The minute they got the ball, we already there, the press and everything, we won the ball back. So for me, again, that game was a good game, but in the second half, I'm like, yo, if we play anything like that, like we did in the second half against Liverpool, man, it's abattoir season for us. It's going to be abattoir season for us, man. They're just going to slaughter. But I think, like you said, Slot will be doing this thing. I hope the manager, Amorim, is looking at this break and saying, okay, how do we fine tune? Don't change a lot. I don't want him changing a lot. Don't come into that game and say, okay, you know what? It's Anfield away. We need to rest Lamens, or no, bro. Start the same players. You don't have to bring Cunha back into the starting 11. Right, do the same thing, and I don't know why we haven't seen Jay-Z in any of these games. It's one of them games I would like Jay-Z to actually play, if not start, but at least come up from the bench. But against Sunderland, it was a good game, 3 points, something to take into the international break. Because imagine, I'm going to go back to Liverpool, like Mark said, that Florian Wirtz, right? If that guy was at United, his confidence would have been on the floor right now, because the media will be killing him off. They will 150 million down the drain and stuff like that. So, but I just hope that this win, it will galvanize them. I don't think we might win against Liverpool, but I don't think we will lose. So
yeah, I mean, that's fair.
It is what is it. Big up, Waffle. I have to run. Big up, Mark.
Yeah,
bro. You know these streams normally not supposed to be this long.
I know.
Yeah, it's long, man.
Apologize. Normally is 45 minutes, but we real talk tonight. We will address that situation. Don't worry yourself. Normally, bro, for me, 45 minutes, bro. Yeah, I like to keep it short. Maybe 1 or 2 points, keep the conversation moving, run through the teams quick, and then have a discussion about, all things football. You know what I mean? And
well, it's international break, so you know what, we had to kind of like, it's first show that, my debut and all that as well. So I get it.
Thanks for pulling up, bro. I know it's late. I know I'm going to give my rendition or what I thought about the game. I'm going to keep it as short as possible, to be fair. Initially, I thought we'd have been through most of this in about 30 minutes, and I'd give a little bit of introduction about the international break, because it's a little bit of exciting times going on. And I know everybody's seen the scores running at the bottom of the screen, but really and truly, I also what I wanted to use this time, to give a little hype to my Trini boys and them now because
Yeah,
international
man.
break is Trinidad time, and now we
Hey,
just
who
have
do
this
they
thing
got?
called, huh?
They ain't qualified, though, have they? For
Not
World
yet.
Cup.
We have curious. We have this week on the 10th we playing against Bermuda. Then we have to play against Curacao away. Then we have Jamaica at home. If by some
Ooh,
way, shape, or form or luck, God's willing, we win the next 4 games on the bunks, what I could tell you is we should be there about. But we need to win
ooh.
the 4 games, and Jamaica need
Yeah,
to draw this game. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So because what happened is we first game against Bermuda is away. We have Jamaica away. I
Mm.
mean Curacao away, Jamaica at home, and then
Well,
and then Bermuda at
good?
home.
Are them teams good though?
Jamaica better than us
No,
right now.
Jamaica's good, but Bermuda.
Bermuda, we go
Mm.
slap Bermuda twice, back
Mm.
and forth. But but Curacao surprisingly better. Curacao
Mm.
have Julian Timber's brother playing for Curacao, Dylan.
Oh,
And Tahi Chung from Man United, who was playing for Man United, playing for,
yeah.
and they have another player who playing for Ajax. They have a player who playing for Feyenoord. They have a player who playing in the Prem for forgetting team particularly. I think is Burnley, but
Right.
they have a decent
Okay.
team. They're very good on the ball. They're playing
Mm.
expansive football. The coach is Dick Advocat, experienced manager, big
Okay.
time manager. So
Okay.
is a game where we are away, but you see, for me, Trinidad is like right now we coming off our 10-year sanction. Yeah, because of the whole Jack Warner situation when USA take over
Mm.
control of CONCACAF,
Mm.
So we get sanctioned for 10 years and we couldn't really enter into the youth competitions and all these things. So it really
Mm.
suffer the football. So we rebuilding like Man United. It's kind of really, and as the Germans would say, gleich. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, Man United right now really challenging me because as a patient fella, but at the same time with Trinidad, I could understand why where we are. We don't have the facilitations as we might be one of the wealthiest Caribbean island and also one of the smallest, but
Mm.
we don't have the facilitation. So far less for Jamaica, they don't have that. If we don't have it, they don't have it. So we can't even facilitate on the level of our Charlton. Probably, give or take. Because our stadiums, bro, maximum is 25K, 30K stadiums. It ain't that big. People will full out stadiums unless it's the national team World Cup qualifying.
But
Now, big teams come
do
to
people
play.
watch football though? Do they go and watch
Yeah, they
football?
watch a lot of football on television. Everybody has satellite TV and things, man.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Yeah.
the
Yeah. Yeah.
channels they want to
Yeah.
watch football
Yeah.
home.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the local leagues in Jamaica do better, I think, in my opinion, in terms of attendance than the local leagues in
Mm.
Trinidad.
Mm.
Hopefully that will improve. But like with Man United, I would say we are a team. Man United is a team where right now the manager need to marry his system with the players because we at a point where the players, yeah, they believe in him.
Mm.
Yeah, but you're not really giving them the carrot on the stick, in my opinion, which is the opposite to Trinidad right now. We just now open the door to bigger talent. Because before, a lot of people don't know, Trinidad never really was allowed to field foreign-based players who were born away. Most of our
Yeah.
players, they had to be born in Trinidad or the direct parent had to be
Yeah.
Trinidadian. Other than that, you couldn't play for Trinidad and Tobago. We had a lot of talent like Ledley King and them who play for England, who parents was Trinidadian.
Levy King Trinidad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not only him, but Bobby Zokora play for Trinidad. Chris Burchell play for Trinidad. You know what I mean? It has certain players like Jaden Sancho, his parents, his mother's Trinidad.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
He
Yeah.
should
Yeah.
play for Trinidad, but he not
Yeah.
smart. If I was him, if he want to really turn his career around, go to the World Cup, change your
Mm.
story, take this little nation on your back. Because I
Mm.
telling you, bro, I might not want Sancho in Man United, but if he was to get a change of environment, a change of vibe, and rekindle a little bit of that energy he had when he was at Dortmund,
Mm.
I know he could take Trinidad to the World Cup. But the drastic nature of what he would have to do, he would have to give up his British citizenship. I don't think he would want to do that because then
Yeah,
he would have to
yeah,
get a
yeah.
visa. You know what I
He
mean?
ain't doing
So,
that. Yeah,
but
he ain't doing
you know what I mean? It have a lot of interesting talent. Like if you watch that list passing, Elijah Thomas,
that.
this young man
Mm.
playing in the Netherlands, I believe for Feyenoord. He come through
Good.
the Dutch system
Yeah.
and he just about breaking into the first team right now in Feyenoord.
Mm.
Yeah. Interesting player. It about this youth man, Leon Wallace. He played in Belgium for one of the big teams in Belgium. The
This
same
guy
team that
knows
this
his
brother just come
football.
from, this brother just transitioned into. Yeah, he was on loan last season and they just bring
Yeah.
him in as they sell this guy, which was good for Trinidad. You know, we
Mm.
have some youngsters who playing at Palace. We have a midfielder who playing at Palace. They just buy him. I believe his name is Colbro Hughes. He have a slash name. He's playing on the
Okay.
right of midfield.
Okay.
And Palace new right wing back who just debuted in the Europa League is Rio Cardenas. He's playing for Trinidad. So we have some interesting talent. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And now with the he's playing for Trinidad. He playing in the
Mm.
qualifiers. He started right wing back for Trinidad. So it's a development and a progress, and just like when I like parallel it with Man United in the sense that if you look at the team performance this week, yeah.
Mm.
Now I is not a Mason Mount fan, but you bring Mason Mount in the team for Cunha, and you get a player who are a little bit more selfless
Mm.
and will play with a little bit more combative energy,
Yeah.
and you
I
could
like.
see
I
the
like that.
drastic change in the attack. Now, listen, I know that people rate Cunha. Cool. I think he might eventually come very good for Man United.
Mm.
But you cannot play three guys up front in the midfield. One of them is the most selfless guy, and the most creative, but he playing the deepest. Then you have Mbumo who want to score, but
Mm.
he also is play selfless. But then you have
Mm.
this one guy, when the pressure hit him, he just plays solo Superman. He want to be the one-man band that's singing on the one band stand.
Yeah.
You understand? And that'll work. You know what I
Mm.
mean? Yeah, Carlos Edwards. You know, the funny thing is, I have a strange
Oh,
feeling that
Carlos Edwards, you know.
yeah, from Wrexham and and
Yeah.
and you know he played at Sheffield Wednesday as well as Sheffield United. And this brother, I have a strange feeling he have a close relation to this brother who now at Aston Villa, Carlos Edward. I mean, Edwards. What's his name? Is Edwards? His name is Edwards. His first name is he was in Sporting. He was playing in Sporting. Marcus Edwards.
Marcus Edwards. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Marcus Edwards have
Oh, you
an
know.
uncanny identical finish to this brother. But when I say uncanny, if you look at them two brothers in a kit, you can't tell them apart. You
Mm.
cannot tell them two brothers apart. So I just want to know. I mean, friend, maybe we'll talk to Dwight to ask Carlos for his real scene because we could use
Hey,
that kind
hey.
of power in our midfield.
And
We
you
could
got a
use
show on
that.
Thursday. And you got a show on Thursday about
Yeah.
international.
Yeah, we
Invite
will
me.
talk about that
Invite
on
me.
Thursday. But
Yeah.
to be fair, guys, I would like to thank everybody for joining us today. I know it was a long one. You guys,
Oh,
I don't know, will be on for 2 hours and things. That's not me, but
I
Chelsea
don't
Dan
mind the
help we
2 hour
out
thing.
tonight.
It's just that it's late and I need to get up
Yeah, and
ready
I,
to
I usually I would have work too, bro, but tomorrow I have a day off, so I apologize
see
again.
you.
I
All right.
apologize. You know what I mean?
Nice.
So my all in all, I think Man United had a good performance. I
Mm.
expected Sesko to score. I've been expecting Sesko to score from since game week 1,
Yeah.
but I feel like the manager was a little bit too, how to put it, coward. I think this manager a little bit defeatist, in my honest opinion. Ruben Amorim don't really suit me too much because he don't really fall in line with the DNA of Man United. He might be an intelligent manager, he might be a very good manager, but
Mm.
he's very inexperienced and very emotional. And I don't believe I believe in a leader leads by example.
Mm.
You cannot expect men to have a strong mentality when you always crying, begging. 1 minute you stay, next minute you're going. You don't know really what your really clue is on you. And me, broski, I from Trinidad and Tobago, bro. We don't play so. You
I
dig?
know. I
If it's a
know.
man, is a man on your word. You're here to get the job done. Get the job done. Stop making
Hold on. Let me
excuses.
ask you a quick question before we tail off. Have you been impressed with Sesko over the last couple of games? And you see, starting to see certain things
No,
from it.
no, I would tell you is that I follow Sesko for about 4 years now, since he's in Salzburg.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
like
Because
I've
you're
been following Etekite since he
yeah.
been at that French team. and other players because Iceman has watched real football. And I've been watching Sesko closely because he been following that he was the replacement for Haaland in Salzburg. He was the replacement. And whenever this brother play with Slovenia against Norway, he score and get assists. Is all. Or if he do score, he will get assists. And if he do both, he do both. And usually Slovenia has beat Norway. Haaland plays for Norway with Odegaard. So I like this brother. And he for 6'6", he's very mobile. He has very good control on the ball.
Yeah.
He has an insane jump. And he could
It's
strike with
flexible,
left
isn't
or
it?
right feet. Like, you guys haven't really seen this guy yet. This guy ain't open up yet. Like, this guy have a bullet, yeah, that he's unleashed from the left foot outside the box. When he start, killer, I think, when you say about you don't know what could happen in this game, I was just thinking to myself when you mentioned 2 games on the bounce, 2 for 2. I've been saying it. I think he go try a shot from outside. And this one will be a rocket. And brother, let me tell you something. So, bro, yeah, if you watch, you need to go and watch a comp of this guy. Go and watch a comp, bro. I don't
I've
watch
seen
comps because I
comps
just
for
watch
this.
him
I
live.
see him
Yeah,
score
I
some
was in
bangers.
Germany. I in Germany, bro. I just see him. I just watch Bundesliga, so I see him every week. Yeah. But this brother, bro, when he get going, he's a problem. He is like Isak when Isak was at Newcastle, high flying. That the kind of player he is, bro. But here the difference with him. You see how Isak need to get close? He hitting you from outside the box, king. And it's some in the V, there is some wicked bullets he just
But
score.
are they gonna play the balls to him to make it? Let him do that. That's
Well,
the
this
question.
is why you see, I believe you can't start all 3 of Bruno Cunha and Mbumo. You have to sacrifice one. And the reason why I say that is like the only other alternative is if you swap Bruno to the 10 and you put Cunha in the 8. Because let me be honest, his profile suggests he's an 8, carries the ball well, dribbles through in the midfield, strong on the ball. And when he get into trouble, he's get himself out of trouble. That is the guy. And people might not like it, but that is the profile of a professional 8. All the best number 8s, that is what they do. Yeah. So for me, something needs to change. Hopefully change it. I would still sack this brother anyway. I would be sacking him in the moment we hit the November international break because I rather Zafi come in as an interim and then we have time to look at
Xavi's
Anthony,
emotional as well, you know. Xavi's
bro.
emotional as well. Xavi's
Yeah,
emotional as
but
well.
let me tell you something about Xavi, yeah? He might be emotional, but he emotional in the want to win. You not
And he
go on here
cuts
as
as well.
Xavi
He
say,
cuts him.
you not go on here as Xavi say, well, yeah, I think we could lose. Or maybe we might not be able to beat this team. You not go on here as Xavi say, well, I go and pick a 11 and I don't know what I gonna get or how they go and look. I don't know what kind of perform. No, you're not going to hear Xavi talk that bullshit, bro. That is rubbish. Yeah. And luckily, my mom's and them is watch this channel, bro. So I try to be a little bit clean. Because if
Yeah.
not, bro, I'd be my mouth would rinse. I would rinse
I
Amarim,
never
bro. I
cuss.
tell
I
you.
never cuss or swear on any team.
Bro, listen, yeah, I would be rinsing Amarim King because this brother worse than a dustbin terrier. You know them dogs that is wander the street, bro? In Trinidad, we call them dustbin terriers, bro. Yeah. This brother, bro, listen, man, this brother have to prove to me he have pedigree, King. He have not proven to me he has any pedigree to be here. He come here and first couple of weeks talking about he don't think some players know what it means to play for Man United. Maybe they need to go on talk. Brother, maybe you need to go and do a talking because clearly you don't know.
No,
Because the
but
kind of, bro, listen, Waffle, I am old fella. Don't look old. I have some age on making. Trust me.
same
Probably
as me,
at 10,
brother.
wherever you think I old, wherever you think I is, in your head, at 10 years. Sure about that. Yeah? You probably be then accurate. You know what I'm saying? You understand what I'm saying? So
We're probably around the same age. Real
probably
talk.
I see many things, bro. Yeah.
Mm.
And I see my country go to a World Cup, bro, when there was no hope. When I tell you there was no hope, King,
Mhm.
we had real talented players, but I watching the coach as a youth man, and I telling myself, you see this coach? He don't know what to do. And I don't know what happened, but God decided here what going on. Only going to the World Cup anyway, bro. And send Leo being Haka. I don't know if you know who Leo being Haka is, bro. Man coach Real Madrid, Barcelona. He coached Bayern Munich. He
No,
win
I
trophies.
got my
He's a
brain is.
Dutch old school manager. God rest his soul. He passed away in April. God rest his soul. But thankful. You know, he coached me as well when I was in under 17. But he's a
Okay.
big coach, bro.
Okay.
Yeah, and he's a nice guy.
What's his name again? What's his name?
Leo being Hacker.
I've heard of that name, man. I've heard of that
He's
name.
a
Like,
Dutch. He's a Dutch maestro, bro. He takes Trinidad. He makes Trinidad one of 3 teams in the world to go to Mexico in your stake and slap them. You know, you should know how dangerous Mexico is in the Azteca. It only had 2 teams before 2002, and no 2006. It had 2 teams in the world that ever beat them there. One was Italy, and the next one was Germany. Yeah, not
was it
even
1-0?
Brazil.
Was it 1-0? Did Trinidad win 1-0?
4-2. 4-2. This brother dig out a fella from nowhere called Otis Whitley King. I remember you had to remember because he went to Sunderland. Sunderland, I believe he went to. I think it was Sunderland.
I asked to the YouTube team.
And he was a different breed, bro. This brother. Now, I would say Trinidad is a talented nation in all shapes or form, whether art form, sports, athletics, is all the same like Jamaica. Just the difference is we haven't had the luck of a government that wish to invest in the youths and sport. But that changed now. So and then Dortmund built an academy in April. So lots of things going on for Trinidad and Tobago football. Also with the sense that, you know, Dwight York is now the head coach. We're playing a similar system to Man United, 3-4-3 kind of thing. And also they just changed the laws to allow foreigners who grandparents Trinidadian could come and play. So before it was just your parents.
That's a big thing.
And that grandparent thing there, bro, let me tell you, King, is a huge thing. You see this list here? You see this list of players here? I just pick out a random 12 players out of the list. The list have about 120 names, King. And a lot of people never see these. Some of these names, 1 or 2 of them might be familiar. But a lot of these youth men here, you see here, bro, they're playing in Charlton Academy, they're playing in Crystal Palace Academy, JJ Gabriel in Man United Academy, everybody talking about, his grandmother Trinidadian. Yeah. So, but I'm not expecting him to come to Trinidad. I'm just putting it out there that he can represent Trinidad if he was to so choose to do so. There's a pair of twins who are at Man United.
It's a World Cup year, and you're not getting into England. So
yeah, but he's 14. All the hype, he's 14. Too young. I wouldn't carry him. If he say he coming, yeah, carry him for the ride. Game at 10, 20 minutes here or there.
By next year, though, yeah?
He'll be 50. He's supposed to be 15 in a few weeks, I believe, if I'm not wrong. I think he'll be 16 in time for the World Cup. This is how I think it will go. Just me. I think it's in June. I think it's somewhere in the next couple coming months. He's supposed to turn 15. But then he wouldn't be 16 for the World Cup. So I was wrong there. But there's some other interesting players. You know what I mean? Like that youth man who actually come in play. He's an English-born player. His mom is Trini. Yeah. His dad is a former player. The one who Palace just signed him a few weeks ago. I believe they signed him from another club. He plays right midfield for Palace. He's supposed to be starting to come into the team in the next few weeks.
What's his name?
Something Hughes. I can't remember his whole name, but his last name is Hughes. It's a hyphenated name. You have 2 last names. So you see him, a young fella, about 6'2", about my complexion. You know what I mean? He looked like he could do a thing. And then he will be playing with our next Trini who know he Trini. And they will have a good connection. So we'll see how it goes. I think there's a lot of potential in the Man United squad. You know, the manager, whether my thoughts or not on him, if he does make some proper decisions, maybe, you know, they get the second win, they could shock Liverpool. It can happen. It has happened before.
Good players, though. That's the thing. You've got good players. So
they're just not in the right frame, bro.
A manager can hold a team back, so much.
Bro, like, to be fair, I would go on record and say a lot of people is be mad at me for this, but I don't care. That's my opinion. If they don't like it, I don't care, bro. Ten Hag was the better manager with not the right set of players. You see these 10 players that come in that January, in this summer window, the 5 in this summer, the
Mm,
5 from last summer.
mm.
If you put them together and give and Ten Hag had them brothers, bro, we'd be on top of the table fighting amongst each other. Last
Ah,
season, bro, check it out like this, yeah. If he had till Christmas with the squad we had,
mm,
because of how the league was, we win 2-3 games on the bounce, which is things he's done before.
mm.
We would our story that be easily changeable because 2-3 games on the bounce before Christmas would have pushed us up the table 9 points, which we never get until January. Because this
Hold
brother
on.
had come into the league and win 2 games in 14 games we play till before January. We only win 2 or 3 games. So imagine if you better did give Ten Hag the time. Because I'm pretty sure he wouldn't have lost half of them games. He probably have win 10 out of them 15, them
Didn't we
14
come
games.
second like a few seasons back?
Third, we come third with Ten Hag and play two cup finals and win the Carabao Cup. The season after, we come eighth with an injury
Yeah,
crisis, win the FA Cup against Man City, and then they
yeah.
sack him in November last year. They didn't even
Ah,
give the man. They didn't even give the man 3 months or 4 months with the players they buy who would come in game week 6.
but
The
they're
last
giving
player
this
come in.
guy time, but they're giving Amarin time after losing to Tottenham in the damn.
I know, killer. This man, if Ten Hag went to that final, I know I was lifting out you, but I'd have been Champions League all now smiling. I'm sure about that. I could have closed my eyes, bro. We was in Champions League. Bro, this man make me go to Spain, to watch men losing. What with that Luke Shaw? Man talking about that goal. That goal fall off Luke Shaw chest on a hand and then fall brother, listen to me, yeah. I could have pelt a big stone and hit that ball from falling in the net before it hit the net and they would have never see the stone, bro. They'd have noticed a stone hit it in the replay. Yeah. Because Island boys, we pick mangoes and thing, bro. Men have aim.
Mm,
We are aim
mm.
with projectiles. So it's
But
just one of those things.
hold on. Quick one before you go, man. I gotta go. How come all these men are performing now? They left. I heard Anana had 2 clean sheets recently.
Yeah, but he had
William
a 4-0
scored.
the other day, bro. He
Huh?
getting smacked up. He gets smashed up this weekend. 4-0. First 2 goals in the first 5 minutes. 1 3 leg, the next one right at his side. He touched the ball, all kind of thing, and still went in. Listen, yeah. I will tell you this, bro. A lot of the pressure that players under on my club coming from the media and a lot of fans. And it's not coming from a lot of fans who actually go to games. It's coming from a lot of fans who trying to make money on social media with being aggregators and being YouTubers.
Mm,
Because
mm.
let's be honest, the culture of football, this modern culture, it's a little
Change.
bit
Twitter.
cancel culture, kind of toxic bullshit, to
Mm,
be fair. People might like me saying it, but if they don't like it, I don't care. Because
mm.
if you're watching, you're watching. If you ain't watching, I can't do nothing for that. But what I
Yeah,
would say is power to those who watching and who come in and smash a like. Shout out to you. Thank you so much.
big
But
up, yeah.
to
Big
those
up.
who don't like what I say, at the end of the day, everybody have an opinion. And if you don't like it, you can challenge it in the chat. We'll bring it up. We'll discuss it. And we'll see, who has a sound theory for their opinions. That's just me.
Mm,
But realistically, if Man United fans was to be a little bit more patient with players, a little bit more patient in general, yeah, I know we went through a decade of shit, but we're trying to change. And if you're seeing that they're trying to change, we are not the ownership. We don't have 10 billion to buy the club from these brothers,
mm,
yeah? So might as well be patient and put your faith in the players to come good because realistically, telling that man they shit enough times, they will start thinking they shit. And when they start thinking they shit, they'll play shit. And you wouldn't tell your children they shit and they're stupid. You're not going
mm.
to tell your children these things, but you go and say this loud and proud all over the media, all over your
And
social
you let the
media.
rivals know as well. And you let the
And
rivals know
and,
that it's
and you
no
know, not
shit.
only that, bro, you're going to sing in chorus with the rivals. Bro, these traitors, bro. Killer. I don't know about them, but you see
What
Stephen
about,
saying it here.
what about
I got
Saeed?
true hater king. And let me tell you something. You could say I tribalistic, but you see, in-house, we could banter with players, king. You see, when
Mm,
a man from our next team want to talk shit, brother, we had to flame he up, bro. Sizzle he for breakfast and scramble he like eggs. You understand? Because let me tell you something done. Yeah. It's
Big
all is
ups to my
fair
brother.
in football and war, you know. All is fair in football and war, bro. And at the end of the day, when it's a football fan, you have to back your thing. Because at the end of the day, bro, when that transfer window shut, no matter how shit you say a players, how many times, he cannot
That's
go
it.
anywhere until the fuck it, until it's done,
Mm.
until it's over. Because realistically, they are stuck. You are stuck, we are stuck, they are stuck, everyone is stuck until the transfer window open 6 months later. So you might as well hold the value of the player by not saying too much shit and just let it be. Let him go. The club will see that there is time and get rid of them. You know what I mean? But I feel like a lot of fans want to be sympathetic to this manager because he inherited Ten Hag's squad, a squad that win 2 titles and went to 4 finals in the last 3 seasons. By the way, he take to 15th. This same manager say he ain't ready to play in Europe. You meet the team playing in Europe, King. Like, what you saying? 15 years them playing in Europe. You still lost to this team in Europe, King. And this team was still in Europe while you was watching, trying to gain with Sporting. What you telling me? I was a United fan since I was small, bro. My grandfather freaking
Hey, there's a
born.
brother in the chat called BBK Sports. He used to live in Germany as well, yeah. He's from the States. And he's Jamaican as well.
Yo, shout out to BB
Yeah,
King Sports. And he
yeah,
Jamaican, I Trinidadian.
yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
Caribbean. It's Caribbean, but
Yes.
we's
Yes.
rivals. I mean, a lot of
Oh,
Jamaicans is
what
asked
about
me,
Grenada then? What about Grenada then?
nice norms,
Because we're
Grenada
cousins,
norms.
isn't it? We're cousins, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's cool. It's cool, bro. I mean,
Yeah.
listen, yeah, I don't have anything against Jamaicans. I gotta be real, bro. Jamaicans is Jamaicans.
Family
Everybody's
is family,
Caribbean, man.
family.
We all cool. But a lot
Yeah.
of people, big up to you, broski. A lot of people from Jamaica have this. It's historical, though. They tell themselves that Trinis don't like them. Same thing with Trinis. They tell themselves Jamaicans don't like we. Yeah. So then when you go there and anybody move a type of way, yeah, they don't like we. Same thing with when they come to Trinidad. You know what I mean? So
But
it have a
Trini.
miscommunication somewhere,
Mm,
some kind of misinformation somewhere. Because in my honest opinion, I don't think I really support them in the Olympics when them in the finals and we not there. We just back Jamaica, we just back St. Lucia, we just back Grenada, back in whoever. Once it's a Caribbean island, we back in your day.
mm.
You know what I mean? And yeah, bro, like to be fair, I just vibe with real Jamaicans, bro. So, it have a few of them that we don't get along with, but it's small thing. At the end
You
of
know
the day,
what it
those
is?
are the ones that talk too much. They don't really have nothing much to offer other than
I heard Trini a bad place at times as well. You know, some parts of Trini,
brother, killer. I'm gonna
serious,
tell you,
bro.
brother, Trinidad is like the wild, wild west in certain locations. You see how London have stabbings? In Trinidad, we have shootings, king. Yeah,
Lord,
there's no brothers. You're not walking out your house with a knife, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that makes no sense. But like I would say this that this was a lot of this is a compounded situation because like I would say the same government was a little bit, in my opinion, I don't know if I could say this, but honestly, in my opinion, I would say they was a little bit numb to the crime situation for the last decade because they was in
mm,
power for the last decade. And if you allow these things to fester, and it can't fix in 1 year, so this new government have a lot of work to do, and
mm.
hopefully they get the time to do it. We'll see. So other than that, I looking forward to see some of these youngsters make the Trinidad team. It have a lot of interesting, and you see this youngster Elijah Thomas. I hear that they gonna name him in some of the new players that will be added to the squad for this international break. You know,
How old is he? How old is he?
Elijah Thomas, he's 19.
Okay, so yeah,
There's a
okay,
lot
okay.
of young talent that we have coming into the team right now.
But
But
have you
no,
got
I'm
good
I'm not too
strikers
scared
though?
about that. Contrary to a lot of Trinidad Soca Warrior fans right now, they want this World Cup. I would love to make the World Cup. I'm being real. I would love to make it.
Mm,
But my eyes on 2030. With what I seen happening, my eyes on 2030, bro. Keep York till 2030. Keep the system. Bring in more talent, and we will build. For the next 6 years, for the next 4 or 5 years, we building that team to that for that. And I telling you, bro, by the time we get to 2028, we will be slapping every single team that have in CONCACAF King. I am telling you. Yeah. Because it's going to have a boom, a footballing talent in Trinidad very soon. A boom. And I'm telling you because like bro, this list real long. And there's a bunch of youth men who 18 and 19 all over Europe. They in Belgium, they in France, they in
Mm.
Germany, they in Spain, they in
No, but
England.
let me tell you something. Money is a big thing, you know, as well, you know. Because these men ain't paying for free, you know.
No. But you see, listen, yeah. Yeah, the thing is, yeah, like a lot of people might not know this, but Trinidad is technically one of the most oil richest nations on the planet. We're in the top 10. So
Mm.
it's not like we
Okay.
broke, but
Mm-hmm.
the mismanagement and corruption,
Mm.
personal situation, because bro, we have the largest pit lake in the Western Hemisphere.
But hold on. And you got the Chinese man over there building up roads and doing all the madness
With
in
our
Trinidad.
pitch, because we own the pitch. We have a lake that making pitch inside Born. Killer. We have a pitch lake that is 3 times the size of the pitch lake that I have in the USA. And a portion of the pitch lake is the size of the pitch lake in the USA that has produced A1 pitch, which is used to pave airport road, tracks.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's one of those things where we need to work on these things and develop that.
Mm.
Plus, we export Carnival everywhere. I mean, Brazil
Mm.
like to talk, but they really copy Carnival because the
That's
Spanish
yeah.
was there and they took it there from when they found it here. So it's one of those things. But it's really a tradition that they have from mocking the answer the guys who was at the time the colonists, which was the French. That's how long
Mm.
this was. It's over 200, 300 years ago. Yeah.
Mm.
The French used to dress up, they like the masquerade balls and things. So slaves used to end up with some of the hand-me-downs and what, and they would paint it in
Yeah.
different colors and paint the self and thing, and they would
What they used to
make the
call him
hat
again?
extra
What they used to
big.
call him again? What they
Huh?
used to call him again? What they
It had
used to call
different
him?
names. It had the Midnight Robbers, which was the guys with some giant hats, and then it had
Yeah.
the larger blessed. It have the Sukunya. It have the Red Devils and the
Mm.
Blue Devils and the Oil
Mm.
Devils and all these
Mm.
things. It had all
Mm.
kind of different things, Moko Jumbi and all these weird things.
Yeah. Yeah.
All these things, and then it come into the mass that you know today. So we gonna talk about this thing. Let me let you go. It's been two and a
Yeah,
half
man. My
hours,
uncle's
guys.
big. My
Of
uncle's big
course,
in
it's the
martial art.
soca capital, but shout out to the Caribbean in general because the Caribbean doing big things all over the place. You just
I'm
have to
gonna
look and
send
see.
you. I'm gonna send. You might know my uncle, yeah, but he's big on the martial art. He make the metal thing. He's a gay bro as well. So I'll send you. I'll send you a little something anyway. And I'll show you his
I
thing.
probably
But
might
listen,
not know him too because there are plenty guys are plenty people around. I know because I do a lot of events and thing, and
yeah,
I know a lot of the guys who own some of the premier mass bands like Caesar's Army. I know
yeah,
Julius
yeah,
real
yeah,
good.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I know
yeah.
you, my
Did you used to play
guys. I know
pan?
the huh?
Did you ever play pan before? Did you used
Yeah,
to play
bro.
pan?
Everybody, bro.
I
Like,
used to do
if
that
it's
as
a
well.
Trini, I can't tell you a Trini can't play pan.
Yeah.
Maybe if they never really try, but bro, everybody does learn to play pan in school. You know what I mean?
Mm.
I pretty good. I could play like about it have about 13 different pans. I could play all of them. I could play all of them to be fair.
Get out of here. Well, you can play a tenor, yeah?
I play in tenor, double
Double
second,
seconds.
guitar. I play in
Yeah.
tenor, double second,
I was a
guitar,
guitar
double
man, you know.
guitar bass.
Yeah,
I play
yeah,
in I
double
play
guitar.
in the 6 bass, 9 bass, 11 bass. Yeah, I could play it.
Oh,
I'm good
okay.
at music and thing, bro. Like that's them things are good at them things.
I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. Listen, man,
So
we're catch up. I need to go, man. It's 12 o'clock, man. Listen, I'm out
shout
in,
out
my
to you,
brother.
bro.
Yes,
Everyone,
my brother.
thank you for being here for so long. I know it was a long one, but shout out to you guys. Hope you guys have a great night. And of course, leave your comments in the chat. Welcome. We are welcoming Waffle Down to the party because the Premier League Roundup is every Monday night, 9:30 UK.
Yes,
You
my
can catch
people.
us here live. Shout out to you guys, and we'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Baby.